with the money, the landlord fixes it.
That's right.
He does say, why don't you just hand me a check on the first? But that's not the point.
Sure.
I said, let's just get a puppy and work our way up the evolutionary ladder.
Sure.
You know, great dog, half lab, half pit bull, which means it'll run through water to bite you.
That's a good dog.
People say, why did you get a pit bull? Well, if you live in an urban area and you go to the shelter, they're pretty much all part pit bull. Many of the cats are part pit bull at the urban shelter. It's a tough bunch of nuts over there.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, you were saying that you have a dog, two of them actually now.
A lab pit and then a beagle pit, which all the energy of the hunting dog with the crushing power of the dinosaur. Huge mistake.
The big bark and the big bite.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Ed Yeager.
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Ed. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again.
I'm glad football season's almost here. I love football.
I do, too.
I was I was in a hotel room, and I was watching a football game, and I
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
You're a beautiful girl, and your pants are on so tight that when you stand just right, I can see it all. When you're on the beach and your bikini's soaking wet, I see a fuzzy silhouette as I look down below. I see your camel toe, your biscuit, your cleavage. I see your cooter cleavage, your monkey, your muffin. You ain't hiding nothing. Your Gucci, your flapper, you're showing off your snapper. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe. Merci, madame, voila les bearded clown. I could really go for a sideways sloppy Joe or a tuna casserole. Baby, don't you know? I never thought I'd see so much of your anatomy. Your jeans are so tight, I'm learning gynecology. I see your camel toe, your knuckle, your nookie. Ooh, I see your cookie, a donut, a bagel, down below your navel. It's furry, it's fluffy, looking kinda puffy. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe. Merci, madame, voila les bearded clam. Your biscuit, your cleavage. I see your cooter cleavage. Your monkey, your muffin. You ain't hiding nothing. Your Gucci, your flapper. You're showing off your snapper. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. North America and all the ships at sea. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Once again, Christy in the wardrobe area, outdoing herself.
Thank you.
Welcome to 1968, Christy Lee.
That's right.
Are you on Laugh-In?
Oh, that is kind of
Wearing
cool.
white go-go boots up in that little
Well,
phone booth dancing?
If I could wear the white go-go boots, I do have them.
Oh, that's right.
Christy hurt her foot.
No, she had a dog incident, right?
Yeah, and then the only sandal I could wear, the dog chewed up on Saturday.
And as you recall, the dog normally chews the crotch out of her panties. You remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Making them
Remember that's that old ad, come to where the flavor is.
Ooh.
Come to crotch country.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Who was that did that
Hey,
ad?
Josh.
Hey, chick.
Marlboro. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
There's Willie Griswold.
Sock it to me.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Oh, nice.
Goldie Hawn is one of my idols.
That was a nice laughing reference.
Yes.
Talk it to me. Come to where the flavor is. That was a Marlboro thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Let's see now. I want to say a special hello to all the truck drivers out there. Because,
Oh, yeah, you had a road trip, didn't
I
you?
was on the road almost all weekend, and I want to say, wow, I don't know how you ladies and gents do it.
What's the protocol for having them blow their horn if you're driving? I know kids in the back seat will pull their arms down and dig them to blow their horn.
Yeah, I think now that I'm an adult, I don't bother the
really?
folks driving the trucks. I let them do their job.
No, you get right in their blind spot and you start going. You start doing the big arm thing.
Stuck up.
Honk your horn.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we live in a world with a lot of serious issues, and I understand that, and I don't want to complain about minor things. Now, Josh, you were on the road also.
Yeah.
You're in strange territory. You're driving down the interstate, and there's the signs up there going, okay, we got gas and hotels and blah, blah, blah coming up. And now they're kind enough to sort of give you a little roster of what's coming.
Sure.
It'll say which hotels. There'll be maybe a McDonald's and a Wendy's. And when they do that, and I do appreciate it, but if the particular franchise is not done being built yet, don't put the sign up, okay? I'm talking to you, Starbucks.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, McDonald's. I pulled up to one, and there was literally a crane and a demolished McDonald's and a sign going, remodeling. Remodeling? It's like, you can see the old foundation. I'm just saying, get out there with a little cloth and cover up the sign. I know that's a minor complaint.
Didn't you notice the crane before you pulled into the drive?
Sometimes you don't.
No, it was off the freeway a while. But
Oh, that's the other thing I hate.
well, I like it when they'll put whatever
1 mile to the
McDonald's
right.
0.1 miles,
Yeah.
and they're getting better about that.
Right.
But it was a big weekend on the road. Got every place safely.
Good.
If you're going anywhere, wherever it is, add an hour.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of
There's
construction
a lot
out
of construction.
there. Yeah.
Or
Were you late?
No, we just saying add an hour.
Okay.
Or
I went somewhere over the weekend, and I purposely was going to get there late. In my brain, I said, I'm going to be late.
But you're always early.
And I realized the worst that I can do is right on time. I don't know what's wrong with me.
No, that's
I
great.
was supposed to be
That's
there
a good
like-
problem to have.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there at 6. I just said, well, I'll be there at 5 after.
do you ever,
Nope, 5:59:30.
you ever do the mystery thing? You're in traffic, you're parked on the freeway, and an hour later, all of a sudden everything starts moving, and you finally get up to the spot, and you're wondering, what was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. By that time, it's been all cleared
There's
up.
no sign.
Right.
Shouldn't there be a guy there explaining?
Here's what happened.
It's none of your business.
I say,
Hey, you've been parked here for the last hour because
there's a guy there for that, and there should always be a sign on construction telling me what they're building.
Oh, okay.
You're looking at the future side of a McDonald's or whatever.
Oh, I always love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to
When
it.
you can tell, when it tells you what it's going to be.
Yes.
yeah,
I put it on my little list mentally. Go, well, I'll have to stop into Montgomery Inn or whatever. the
Look
hell
at
it is.
this.
Yeah.
6 months. I'm going to get myself a Diet Coke on the way home.
There you
Damn right
go.
I am. And an ice cream cone.
you ever do that where you do a particular long route many times, and okay, exit 103
Sure.
is my favorite ice cream place, and you think about it for 4 hours, and we're not stopping. I don't care if you have to pee. We're waiting. We get to the ice cream place.
And then you go buy a sign before then. Go, new ice cream. Nope, we're waiting. We're going to wait.
And you get there and it's closed.
Oh, boy. Yeah. That'd be.
That's a bummer. Again, these are small problems in a big world. I understand that. I'm not complaining. Glad we have nice, safe roads. It was fun.
Sounds like you're complaining.
No, I'm just a couple minor. Now, Josh, you had a lot of driving. You guys had a bunch of great shows in Des Moines, I understand.
Yes. Yeah. We had a terrific time. Thank you to everybody who came out to the Des Moines Funny Bone. Wonderful town.
And I haven't had a chance to go back and check on Mr. Oskay. He accompanied you. He's okay, though. He's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He killed it during the shows.
He broke a few ribs. If you haven't seen him, if the silhouette walks by a window and it looks like Fred Sanford near the end, it's Oskay.
Oh, my gosh.
He's moving slow.
Yeah, he had some rough. There were some rough moments, but not during the show. He was terrific.
Now, let me ask you this. I know you were doing a, quote, new 20.
Yeah, no, yeah. The new 20, it was more of a new 10, probably.
Oh, how did it go?
Good. Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. I look forward to hearing it.
Did you sell some merch after?
Sure. Yeah. Had the beer koozies. Jeff had a CD.
Had the koozies, Tom.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I got to get a name from you because I'm doing some koozies this week for a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
This
Terrific.
week? You need them this week?
Yeah, what's the turnaround time on koozies?
Well, I would think
Like at least
That's
a week.
a tall order, Nordberg.
I would think it would take more than just a few days.
Why does one of your friends need koozies?
He's had some major surgery, and I thought it might be fun to give him something funny.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, like you want like 1 or 2 koozies?
No. I'm like 50.
Okay.
Maybe 100.
I want to know more details on this one.
Oh, he's a good friend of mine. Had a kidney transplant, and he's famous for holding great parties. So I thought for his next party we'd have some kind of commemorative koozie.
Is that the one that makes you turn yellow? The kidney, or is that?
I don't know. I thought that was the liver. When you have he's doing great, by the way.
What's the matter? You're yellow.
Yeah, I think if you have, I believe,
jaundice.
If you have severe liver issues, I think you can actually turn yellow. I know that happened.
Pancreas issues as well.
That happened to a friend of mine before the end.
Yeah.
Also, if you hold in your pee too long, you'll turn yellow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You got to be careful. Let it out.
Well, that was a subject of a lot of arguing.
Oh, on the road trip?
Yeah. What's your rule? How often do you stop to pee?
When I need gas?
When I mean, that's what I try to do.
Yeah.
But when I need, I've gotten very relaxed with that. Hey, and I kept telling Jeff that whenever you need to go, just tell me. It doesn't bother me.
Next time I'm going to have to get an adult diaper.
For you or her?
For me.
Oh, wow.
Well, the thing is,
a lot of tea you drink.
I come here in the morning and I drink a lot of fluids.
You used to tease me like crazy.
Yes, you did.
So yesterday morning I got up and I probably had a quart of fluids between tea, coffee, soda water. Then we get in the car and really had to go a lot.
Yeah.
It's problematic.
I don't know where I was taking you, but it was late at night after a show, and you had fallen asleep in the back seat of my car. And I'm driving along for like an hour, and all of a sudden I hear from the back seat, I have to piss. That's all I heard. Of course, I answered, would you like to stop? And he, yes.
But it's easier if you're traveling alone, if you're just a guy, because you can just pull over, go to an exit, poop behind a bush, go quick, get back on the road.
Poop behind a bush. Is that what he said?
Why poop on a former president? What the hell is that?
No, just pee. We'll move forward here. If you were listening to our show on Raycon earbuds, you'd be going, well, this sounds really great.
Sounds good.
The Raycons. Chick McGee turned me onto the Raycons. Tell me more.
Oh, this summer you can take premium audio with you everywhere you go. Does it sound like a fairy tale? Yes, but it's true with Raycon earbuds. The everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. Noise isolation. They have an awareness mode. You can choose to be immersed or tune into your surroundings if you have to. And listen while you travel or during a grueling workout. Optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit. And these earbuds are comfortable enough for all-day wear. They will not budge. They won't pop out of your ears. And they fit every ear ever made. And listen to this, these numbers, 8 hours of playtime with Raycons, 32 hours battery life, and you get all this for half the price of other premium audio brands. And Raycons have over 49,000 five-star reviews. And right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom. Get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycons. One more time, buyraycon.com/Tom.
Coming up, more great letters regarding your grandparents' curse words.
And we have a British look at it.
Good.
So I'll be in charge of that.
All right. Tar Nation. That's right. Someone even says that still. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. My name is Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. It is Monday, July 25th. On the way, comedian Greg Warren with another edition of The Warren Report. Last week, coffee, the subject. This week, well, we'll find out together, won't we? Also, comedian Reno Collier. Today in history, he'll be in the 9 o'clock hour later this morning. Find out more about Greg Warren at gregwarrencomedy.com and find out more about Reno Collier at RenoCollierComedy.com. Both gentlemen joining us on a Monday, and you along with us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Jordan Peele's UFO thriller Nope is the nation's top movie. It leads the domestic list in its first weekend in theaters with an estimated $44 million in ticket sales. Pretty impressive for an original R-rated film and is a pandemic-era record for an original screenplay. Marvel Studios dropped the first trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It happened at Comic-Con in San Diego on Saturday. The tease was just one part of a presentation that also included first peeks at Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium, and the new information about Phase 6 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that will feature 2 Avenger movies coming in 2025, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars. Also coming out of Comic-Con, it looks like Dwayne Johnson was in full costume to promote his new superhero film, Black Adam, at the event in San Diego Saturday. He brought with him the new trailer and the promise of free tickets for every person in the 6,000-seat arena. And attorney John Alville caught the eye of judges who awarded him the title for the most resembling the author and former Key West resident Ernest Hemingway over the weekend. Alville triumphed Saturday night over 124 other contestants for the title in the annual Hemingway Lookalike Contest at Sloppy Joe's Bar. The Key West establishment is where the author was a regular patron during his decades-long residence on the island back in the 1930s. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not.
Oh,
yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But and honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040. That was a tax joke for the accountants.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
A woman went to the hospital suffering from minor burns after her vibrator overheated.
Hi.
What you failed to mention, I'd hate to be your boyfriend. If a vibrator can't keep up, buddy, you got no chance. A brewery in Texas has released a new hot dog water seltzer. What you failed to mention, see, even stupid ideas are bigger in Texas.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
We have a guy that is, I mentioned earlier, internationally famous for a little something. It's the only talk show devoted to the artistry of the bass guitar. It's a little thing we like to call Bass Talk. Wow. It's the Bass Talk Show with Mark Christopher Roman on the bass.
Yes.
Marcus, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Well, this bass player, he was having trouble finding a gig.
What a surprise.
Yeah. So he decides to take a part-time job in a funeral home.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So he's working with a funeral director, and they're late one night, and a local guy named Stanley Smith had just died. And he's there on the table in front of him, and they're just amazed at this guy's certain body part.
Oh.
It's incredible. It's astounding, actually. It's bigger than any porno stars you've ever seen.
Wow.
So between the two of them, they decide this has to be saved for posterity. So they remove the body part. And they, well, who would know, right?
Right.
So they remove it and they stick it in this great big glass jar with formaldehyde. Well, the bass player decides he's going to take it home and show his wife. So he takes it home and he sets it on the table. He says, honey, come in here. You got to see this thing that I just brought back from the funeral home.
Yeah.
So she comes in and she takes one look at the jar and she goes, oh, my gosh. Stanley Smith is dead?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can see why people flock to the airwaves to hear the fabulous show. Bass Talk.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, everybody.
On Friday, she had a black and white test pattern on, and today she has a full color.
Love it.
Yeah.
The wonderful world of color.
Yes.
Time now for Disney's Wonderful World of Color.
I'm in a colorful mood.
Good, we can ruin this.
I'm glad to hear it.
Huh. There's Josh Arnold.
Tom, did you say we could ruin that?
Yeah,
Yes, we can.
We can decolorize that as quickly as possible.
Pick away
Okay.
at that. And
Reverse Ted Turner it?
Yeah.
hey, there's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
Hey, Ace.
What are you going to say?
Christy's in a colorful kind of mood. Ace,
Now,
did
we
you
knew
hear?
we knew what you were doing, and we all chose to ignore it.
Nicely done, Lester. You want to go sharpen your axe?
I think I'm you're speaking of Lester Holt, of course.
Yeah.
No, Lester Maddox.
I think I'm a little darker than Lester Holt, don't you think?
I don't.
I don't know what you're doing.
I mean, you're welcome to identify however you like.
Plus, when I get in a pool, I kind of have that Lester Holt hairline. It kind of,
Comb it back, the big
Yeah.
Okay.
Midwestern radio personality claims she's
Lester Holt's second cousin, twice removed. There's Willie Griswold. I'm formerly Chick McGee, and there's Tom.
We asked you to send us curse words or sort of substitute curse words that maybe your grandparents used. I've got a stack of these. These really are delightful. A lot of them I've never heard before.
A different tack over here. It's the British versions of curse words.
Oh.
What do you got?
The best cursing, without a doubt, look no further than the British Isles. Words like bloody hell.
Sure.
Sod off knob. Sod off. SODOFF. That's
go away.
Sort of, yeah.
Sod off.
Knob head. Bell end.
Bell end?
You bell end. That's much like our you blank head.
Ah.
They call it a bell end, Tom.
Oh, I get it, because it looks like a bell.
Now,
It rings like a bell.
Here we go.
Remember that guy had a bell on the head of his?
Yeah.
You could hear him coming around the.
That's a very good.
What?
I like that. It's an old.
I have one.
He hauled it out.
You know, if you put the setup in there, it makes it so much easier for you to
people
understand.
love it when I get it wrong.
This guy writes, my father never cursed, but when he gets frustrated, but when he would get frustrated, he would shout out, horse piss. Thank you, Mike. That's an odd one. And then this one, my grandfather used to say bull picky.
That's interesting. My grandparent used to say, drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalposts of life.
Boy,
That's fun.
Wasn't that a song? I thought
It
that
sure
was a
sounds like
song.
one.
And here's another one. Take your ass and go pound sand.
Yeah, I've heard pound sand.
I have not heard that before.
Yeah, I was always wondering where you were supposed to pound it, apparently,
Yeah.
in the backside. This
Apparently.
guy writes, Gerardo writes, happier than a billy goat in heat.
What about pound sand? Reminded me of. Why don't you go take a long walk on a short?
That's
pier?
I think what pound said. It's like kick rocks.
Oh,
or,
really?
hit the bricks.
And I'd never heard kick rocks until Jimmy Pardo started saying it on his podcast, and I that's it. And then you started saying.
I've never heard that either.
Is
Kick
it like
rocks?
hip, very hip?
Yeah,
to
it's just
say
like crunchy peanut butter can kick rocks. You know, I don't want that. Get out of here.
It's
I don't need
old.
it.
That's yeah.
And then the classics, colder than a witch's
Yeah.
brass brazier.
I say Jiminy Crickets sometimes.
Jiminy Crickets.
Jiminy Crickets.
My grandma used to say horse's neck instead of saying horse's ass.
You horse's neck. That's cute.
Yeah, but doesn't have the power.
Well, no, but it has grandma power. And that's all it needs.
Okay.
Grandma power.
Okay, how about this one? Son of a biscuit covered in honey.
Why isn't that a T-shirt? Grandma power. That should be a
Oh,
T-shirt.
yeah, that probably is. My mother would say, I never swore until I had you kids.
Funny.
Okay. Thanks, Grandma, for making us invalidated. How about this one? Shut the front door.
Oh, yeah.
Strong.
My grandmother used to say tarnation, writes Chick. These are all classics. But this is a classic. I've heard this before. Ryan writes, my father would get frustrated. He'd always say, well, that chaps my ass.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Really good.
That's it. I'm not sure what a chapped ass would feel like, but...
oh, you haven't had a chapped ass?
You haven't had one, huh?
That reminds me of the military. Chapped ass.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, what did Grandma say? We'll find out more coming up. In the meantime, we do have things happening over at the Bob and Tom Sports Desk starring Chick McGee.
Here's something. First place finisher Denny Hamlin in Long Pond disqualified.
Really?
Number 11 Toyota, or as I say it, Toyota, failed inspection, giving Chase Elliott the NASCAR Cup Series victory yesterday at Pocono. Joe Gibbs Racing had Hamlin's car and runner-up Kyle Busch's 18 both disqualified. Hamlin lost his record 7th victory at Pocono and his 3rd win of the season. Busch had led a race-high 63 laps. No immediate word why the Toyotas were disqualified. Elliott had finished 3rd, but he's moving on up.
To the east side?
And I think the last time, April 17th, 1960, and I think they had an oversized fuel tank.
Well, that would be cheating.
It was big as all outdoors. He went the whole 200 miles. What the hell's going on? Oh, look in the trunk, Albert. Look. That'd be something.
That happened in 1960?
That's what it says here. Emmanuel Zervakis, his win at Wilson Speedway in North Carolina, of course, thrown out because of an oversized fuel tank. What do you think of that?
Okay, and they do have rules for a reason.
Also, Denny Hamlin had his blinker on for the whole race.
Oh, man, yeah, that's
not that old yet.
Blinker.
He's a veteran, certainly. But.
And Joseph Newgarden, he's doing fine, but he collapsed in his motorhome following a late crash yesterday at Iowa Speedway. Was taken to Des Moines Hospital, meaning the, Moines meaning Moines. By helicopter. Team Penske said he was going to be held overnight. They're going to take a look at him. IndyCar Medical Director Dr. Jeffrey Billows said Newgarden awake and alert. He dominated 148 of the 300 laps, but something on the Penske car broke.
Yeah.
Pato Award of Errol McLaren won the race.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that race. It was pretty good. Poor Joseph, though. Yeah.
I drove through a little bit of that traffic.
I wondered about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you were there. It was a big show. Gwen Stefani was there.
Yeah.
Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg.
Ton going on.
Yeah, it was.
Did you stop at I-80 on?
Didn't stop at the world's largest truck stop.
Yeah.
No.
They had last time I was there, they had a Jeep inside, parked on a bunch of rocks, like it was going up over a rocky terrain in the convenience store.
Really?
It's gigantic. Yeah.
It's quite a sight, that whole compound there. But no, we did not stop.
You can go in there and buy a CB radio and a couple Diet Pepsis.
Oh. You can buy a CB radio and a time machine.
Well, if you're...
There are some who still use CB radios. Come on back and talk to Teddy Bear. Yes.
Now, your mother had what they call a CB radio base station. Is that correct?
I blame myself. Yes.
So she would sit in your house and just talk to truckers as they were driving by on the interstate?
Yeah, and her name was Bad Mama. Yeah.
Did she ever meet up with any of these truckers? Or?
All right, her name wasn't Bad Mama. Those of you who know this story.
If I think I remember what was it? Hot leather?
No, black leather.
Oh, okay.
Even hotter. Did she ever have face-to-face meetings with any of these truckers that were passing through?
I don't think so.
Just social.
Just reaching out.
Interesting.
Have you ever done this? Gone through your videos and see a picture of your mother who was in the middle of some kind of rant and you'd videotaped it for jokes?
Oh.
Ah, Jesus! Yeah, that's what you do when you find it.
I guess you have, huh?
Yeah, I did yesterday.
I see.
Oh, man.
It was a big day yesterday. And you know what? It was a big day yesterday for Big Papi. David Ortiz goes into the Hall of Fame.
All right.
He was inducted. Many fans cheered him on. They chanted, Papi, from the lawn outside the Clark Sports Center in Cooperstown. Also flags of the DR, Tom, Dominican Republic. Dressed in a blue suit, red tie, Red Sox, blue and red. Ortiz spoke for about 20 minutes. Former Twins teammates Jim Kitty Cott And Tony,
Kitty Cott.
His nickname's Kitty. I'm not kidding.
No, I'm not.
All right.
He used to be a color commentator, and they go, "Well, Kitty, what do you think about this new pitcher?" That's what they would say. Tony Oliva and the late Minnie Minoso.
Oh, what a great name.
Gil Hodges, Buck O'Neill, and Bud Fowler also inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Got a letter here, kind of off topic, but we were talking about staying in hotels, and the question was, I believe we mentioned Gilbert Gottfried was famous for when he would leave a hotel, he would take all of the various toiletries that they had provided, and he had underneath his bed, he had 1,000 bars of soap, et cetera, et cetera. Dear radio gods, you were asking if people actually steal toilet paper from hotels. My wife and I own a business cleaning condos in Branson, Missouri. People will check in for one day, and it'll be a couple because they only use one bed in a 3-bedroom unit, and they steal everything. Jeez. They'll take the toilet paper, the soap, the shampoo, the conditioner, the dish soap, the dish and laundry pods, and even the trash bags.
Are you serious?
So the answer is they will take anything.
I am the opposite. I stayed in an Airbnb over the vacation, and I went.
Don't say it.
I bought toilet paper for the woman. Because we used all our toilet paper. I felt so bad.
You give all other renters a bad name.
No.
Then he goes on to say, people go as far as to take the pillows and the board games.
What?
Well, they should be charged for that.
I hope they are charged for that. That's awful.
Dear Bob and Tom, you guys were mentioning the so-called Vagina Bible from Dr. Jen Gunter.
Yeah.
I especially appreciated your reference to the book of Deuteronomy.
Really?
By the way, I am a pastor. Keep up the Bible jokes. Thank you, Mike, in North Carolina.
Those sort of Bible jokes is what you're...
He enjoyed it. What can I say? I thank you, Mike. I appreciate your appreciating it. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. Back to sports.
Jonas Vingegaard of Denmark has won the Tour de France, the first one since the 933 stages in the Tour de France this time. Tom, did you know that?
No.
That might
really follow it.
Vingegaard became the first Dane rider to win cycling's biggest race since Bjarne Riis in 1996. You remember Bjarne?
Can't say I do.
He got caught smoking out behind the Bjarne.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
He's also back there with a sheep, but decorum prohibits me from...
He claimed he was just pushing it through the fence.
What? Yeah, he needed some help. And a key piece of memorabilia in the sports world is sold. Muhammad Ali's boxing career, the late heavyweight champ's title belt from the 1974 Rumble in the Jungle went for $6.18 million.
Wow. Oof. That sounds about right to me.
The winning bid was placed by Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay.
Man, he's got quite the collection, doesn't he?
Yeah, man.
He won the belt after knocking out George Foreman to recapture the heavyweight crown. Big George Foreman.
So he could put that belt on.
And
then sit down at Ringo's drum kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up and grab a Jerry Garcia
guitar.
or George Harrison guitar.
Well, a related story, beer at a Colts game this season, now $10 more.
And also he could wear James Brown's cape.
That's true. No, the good thing is he's curating all this stuff and preserving it and taking care of it.
And it goes on tour, too.
It will be properly taken care of and not just disappear, so it's a good thing. You go, Jimmy. That's great. Coming up.
More sports coming up, including the adult cinema world. And I missed the contest again. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
The Hemingway contest.
No. Yes, but you can't give it away like that.
By the way, while on the road this weekend, I drove to North Carolina and back.
Yes.
Lovely.
There is one spot where, I kid you not, on the east side of the freeway, there is a giant cross. And 100 yards away from it, there is a huge warehouse that sells adult, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, the Lion's Den or whatever it is?
I do called Adult World or something. I mean, they are like right next to one another. zoning issue. I'm not sure what's going on there. But,
So how was Adult World stock? How was that?
I didn't stop.
Oh,
I don't find
Of
it
course he
surprising
didn't.
at all.
Been on the
because
road
Of
for a
course he
while.
didn't.
your underwear is the devil's slipcover.
It's fine. Go in there.
You don't touch
I
your
don't even know if
penis
are they
for any
open. Are they
reason.
open on a Sunday?
Sure.
When you urinate, do you touch your penis at least? Give it a little shake.
Really?
Get to know your bell end. You know.
I go hands up. I'm freestyling
No
up there.
kidding.
Doesn't it wiggle all around?
Yeah, you just wiggle it around. I'm kind of soft swinging back there.
Well, of course, with you, it just dangles in the water. Right?
Deep, too. Okay, well, thank you very much. Coming up, we have a really interesting study about television viewing habits from a technical standpoint. This is something I had suspected for a long time, that involves the closed captioning option on your television set. And I think you'll be amazed at how many people take advantage of that.
Oh,
now.
you can't watch Downton Abbey without closed captioning.
I watch everything closed caption now. Almost everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's huge.
Yes.
The number of people who
thought that
watch.
was just for deafies.
Nope.
No, it's and
No.
you'd be surprised at the
We don't have to worry about deafies,
My
right? This is
kids
radio.
started me doing this.
You'd be surprised at the age groups that are watching with the caption. It's pretty amazing. But right now, a little bit of music just to cheer everybody up.
Oh, really?
Ladies and gentlemen, the man song. He's the man. He's the man. I don't take no crap from anybody else but you. I wear the pants around here when I finish with your laundry. Because I'm a guy you don't want to fight. When I say jump, you say yeah, right. I'm the man of this house until you get home. He's the man. He's the man. What I say goes around here, right out the window. And I don't want to hear a lot of whining, so I'll shut up. The sooner you learn who's boss around here, the sooner you can give me my orders, dear. Because I'm head honcho around here, but it's all in my head. He's the man. He's the man. And I can have sex anytime that you want. Because I'm a man who has needs, but they're not that important. And don't expect any flowers from me, because if I'm not mistaken, you prefer jewelry. I'm the king of my castle when you're not around. He's the man. He's the man. And I'll drink and watch sports whenever I want to get in trouble. And I'll come home when I'm good and ready to sleep on the couch. Because a man's got to do what a man's got to do, and I'm going to do what you tell me to, because I'm top dog around here, but I've been neutered. He's the man. He's the man. You the man.
You the man. Sean Morey, and by request, the man song. Coming up, we have exciting news from the world of chess. We have an interesting survey about the size of female breasts in comic books. And I'll give you this hint. No surprise. Okay. We'll get to that coming up.
If I can find a chess learning class, do you want to go take it with me? Or do you know how to play chess?
I don't. My nephew reteaches me once a year.
I'd love to learn how to play.
Well, we have chess in the news coming up. Right now, I want to tell you about
the hell with me.
The light's almost off. Are you ready?
Sorry.
Could we? I'm going to move it so you can see it.
Either way.
Life is full of twists and turns. It's important to show up for yourself through it all. That's where BetterHelp online therapy comes in. They can assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist in less than 48 hours. BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely online. Available to people worldwide. You can log into your account anytime, anywhere, and send a message to your therapist if need be. You can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. And getting therapy every week is something you can do, or just you can design it to work for your schedule. You can do it on your phone or your laptop. With therapy, you can take... one of the things that's interesting about this is it may take a few tries to find the right person that is the therapist that works for you. BetterHelp makes that easy and free to change therapists if necessary. Visit their website, get the details there. BetterHelp.com/reviews and find out what other people think about it. And this may be something for you. And if they have, they've got lots of different options. And I will remind you of this. They also have a special offer for Bob and Tom Show listeners. You can get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/BT Show. 10% off the first month of online therapy, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. That's better, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. Coming up, we have chess, we have comic book boobs, and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jeff Rothpan here in the studio with us.
When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. Tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference. I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah, there was just one after another. The bearded man. I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Dad, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, thanks a lot for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. My name is Mark Allison, and you can catch any part of the show you've missed later today right there on our YouTube channel. And you can stream the show live each morning as well. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome to Monday, everybody. It's July 25th. Greg Warren, Reno Collier on the way, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. The average U.S. price of regular grade gasoline plunged 32 cents over the past 2 weeks to an average of $4.54 per gallon. Industry analyst Trilby Lundberg of the Lundberg Survey says Sunday the continued decline comes as crude oil costs also fall. The price at the pump down 55 cents over the past 6 weeks, but still $1.32 higher than 1 year ago. Nationwide, the highest average price for regular grade gas was in Los Angeles at $5.65 a gallon. The lowest average was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at $3.90 per gallon. Muhammad Ali's championship belt from his 1974 Rumble in the Jungle heavyweight title fight has sold at auction for $6.18 million. Heritage Auctions in Dallas, Texas, said Sunday the winner of the heated competition for the belt, Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay. In a tweet Sunday, Irsay confirmed he's acquired the belt for his collection of rock music, American history, and pop culture memorabilia that is currently touring the country. The 1974 fight, one of boxing's most memorable moments, with Ali stopping the fearsome George Foreman to recapture the heavyweight title in the African nation of Zaire. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I mean, ORD just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Morning, Bob and Tom show.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Fine.
Guy's down in Florida. He's reading the classified ads, and he sees an ad that says, talking dog, $20. So he goes to the address, listens to the paper, knocks on the door. Guy answers the door. Guy says, I understand you got a talking dog for $20. And he goes, yep. He goes, can I see him? He goes, yep, he's in the bedroom. So he walks in the bedroom. Dog's laying on the bed, remote in hand, watching TV. Walks in the room. The dog goes, hey, how you doing? I can't believe this. You're a talking dog. What are you doing down here in Florida? He goes, well, I started out in New York. I used to teach other dogs how to lead the blind. And then, well, the Gulf War broke out. And so I went over there and I brought medicine to injured soldiers and rescued soldiers. And that was over. I came back to New York, and I was on Broadway for a while. I was in Riverdance. And of course, you had the tragedy with the Twin Towers, so I helped out there and started sniffing for bombs and things like that. And finally, I decided I'd had enough, and I was going to come down here to Florida to retire. Mm-hmm. The guy can't believe it. He walks back in the other room, the other guys. He goes, what's the deal? Why are you selling that talking dog for $20? The guy goes, 'cause he's a big liar.
That's a good one. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. The Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
I'll tell you what I sound like when I make love to a woman. Yeah. I'm actually pretty bad at it. I call it making like. When I make like to a woman, I sound like a very scared man who's crossing a very thin sheet of ice. And all he's trying to do is get to the side alive. Sounds something like this. Oh my God. I'm so scared. I can do this. Oh, thank God that's over with. Oh my God. I have to lay down. That's hot. Yeah, that's hot.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello there, chick.
Hello. There's Josh Arnold in the sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm your humble servant, Chick McGee, and she did... Well, you know what I realized? I haven't mentioned Pat Godwin yet this morning.
Yeah, where the hell is he?
And it's because he's not here again.
No, he had a show last night.
They added a Sunday show. He was in Sarasota,
we have a Monday
Florida.
broadcast. How about that?
I'm sure he's in the car. He's driving 16 hours today, so.
Oh, he's going to do the full thing?
I told him not to. So just
give him another day off.
Break it up. Well,
it's Godwin.
I just drove 12. Yes, anything over 8 hours is brutal.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be driving 16 hours.
Why does that tire you out so much driving like that?
Isn't that funny?
You have to stay focused, and you got to be careful.
You didn't share the driving?
Dangerous.
Yeah, but let's say
you didn't share the driving.
No. I don't get me wrong. Kelly offers a drive.
Okay.
I just prefer knowing that everything I do is wrong and being reminded of that.
But think about on an NFL Sunday or way too hot to go outside Sunday, I sit on my ass for 8 hours watching the TV.
Man, I can't wait.
I did that yesterday. It was glorious.
But I'm not tired like I do when I'm driving the car.
When you're driving, you got to really focus. It's dangerous and
yeah, you're on the offense and defense.
Huh? You got to pay attention.
The offense.
Much like some of us do while doing this show.
Huh? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
From the text line, Dear Bob and Tom Show, my wife and I went to see Jeff Oskey and Josh Arnold Saturday night in Des Moines.
They mean Josh Arnold and with Jeff Oskey, but that's okay.
It was one of the best nights I've had in a very long time.
Oh, how nice.
Sweet.
Then she writes, not that I don't think Jeff is funny on your show, but I was pleasantly surprised at how funny his stand-up was.
Yes.
Thanks for taking the time for a picture, and thanks for a great night of laughs.
All right.
That is the definition of left-handed, wasn't it?
No, that's nice. I think that's very nice.
Yes.
That reminds me that Friday, August 5th at the Eagles Lodge in Columbus, Indiana, it'll be that Josh Arnold. And then August 6th at the Art Theater in Hobart. You got a whole bunch of dates coming up, Josh.
Yeah, and those 2 dates, Tom, it's Reno Collier, Willie Griswold, and myself.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
And then I see here that you're going to return to the Funny Bone in Toledo, Ohio in October.
That's right.
This time for sure. It'll be great. Right, okay. Yeah, Mr. Godwin had a special show added last night. And he taped his, I don't know how it went, but they recorded, rather, his TV special. So.
Streaming special.
It's hardly on.
It's not going to be on NBC.
No. Well, they can't make room for it because they're playing those awful game shows.
So you think you can sing while dancing and wearing a mask?
I love that one. It's a really fun one.
Oh, look, it's Lil Wayne.
They kicked off the plate spinner last week. So sad.
Oh, that is sad.
I know.
See, I love plate spinners, as you know. But right now, a little palate cleanser, please.
Oh, come on. I can't be preempted for this.
Here he is with his joke of the day.
If a snake married an undertaker, what would their bathroom towels say?
Oh, okay. All right. First off, man, and we'll have you do the setup again, but I'm in so hard.
Yes, because the premise is just
this is utter absurdity.
I know what the towel will say.
We don't want to hear you say it. So once again, Ace, to bring us back to reality, this premise is what again?
If a snake married an undertaker, what would their bathroom towels say?
Let's all write it down because we definitely all know.
I don't.
I think
they would say, Christy, hiss and Hurst.
No, not Hurst.
I'm sorry.
Hearse.
See, if a snake married an undertaker, hearse.
I get it now, but
Yeah, love it. Love it.
Wow.
You hiss and hearse.
Chick, stop laughing, Chick.
Why would a snake and
I'll try.
So convoluted and forced and
yes, I love a forced premise, but it's so ridiculous you buy right in.
Exactly.
Okay. What if
Very
a snake
good.
married an undertaker? That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good, Ace.
Thank you, Ace. That's the first of what we're calling an Ace Cosby doubleheader. Also coming up today, we have news from Mars.
Really?
Yeah, you'll like this one, Josh, because it's really
kind of mysterious.
Yeah, kind of mysterious.
Martians up to something?
We'll see. It could be.
Okay.
We'll find out
They
about
might
that.
be
Oh, I'm sorry. We got to go back to the
Where's
sports page.
My space modulator. I just sent you an email, Tom.
Okay.
Of the winner of this year's Ernest Hemingway Lookalike Contest in Key West.
Let's get a look at this guy.
His name is...
Or gal. I don't want to be...
John Anvil. He caught the eye of the judges. Anvil triumphed Saturday night over 124 other contestants for the title in the annual Hemingway Lookalike Contest at Sloppy Joe's.
I have a question.
Yep.
And I'm looking at all these guys, and it's obviously white guys in their, looks like early 60s to early 70s.
Shirts you would wear.
They're kind of wearing khaki safari shirts, and they all have the white beards and full head of white hair, and most of them are wearing the famous sweater that Hemingway wears in that famous photograph. But does anyone ever try to go as the young Hemingway? Is it always
it's always the old
It's always
guy.
the old guy, yeah.
Like a World War I uniform or like bull riding?
Yeah,
with
sure.
The Ascot thing maybe or Nick Adams maybe?
Yeah. Would they, I wonder if that would...
Nick Adams.
It's this like series of Hemingway
the
short
Nick Adams stories from up in
I thought
Walden
it was the actor Nick Adams.
It has my dad written all over it. He made me read them as a kid.
They're great. I highly recommend
If
it.
you ever go to Florida, all the old guys look like this.
Yep.
Like all of them.
My point is, I think maybe it might be fun one year for some guy to go as a young Hemingway. I think it would throw him off. Because you're right, Christy. These look like half the guys you see getting out of Cadillacs in Florida.
Exactly.
But yeah, show up without the wool sweater and without the beard, like the young Ernest.
You know, like a kid in like an Oak Park wrestling shirt or something? Is that what you're looking for?
I think it's got to be like I think it has to be the iconic older Hemingway.
I agree.
No, it has to be me. Do I look more like Hemingway than that guy in the picture?
This guy who won this year is great. It is. But I think you could win this thing.
Second place, right?
You could win it.
No, you could win.
Next year, we'll all go down there on vacation.
Plus my charming personality.
Yes.
We'll win over the judges.
Of course you will.
But I mean, it's nice
You
to...
don't vote for me, you suck.
Hemingway, a very handsome man. I mean, it'd be different if you won like a, I don't know, Clint Howard lookalike contest. Steve Buscemi.
What?
Yeah, those are unique-looking gentlemen.
He doesn't look anything like either of those people.
I know. I'm just saying. I do.
You want to say Sergeant Garcia, don't you?
Well, I think you'd absolutely win a Sergeant Garcia from Zorro.
Even now.
If you're not familiar with that, by the way, look it up. We could do a separated at birth thing for the two of them. So congratulations to Mr. What's his name? Anvil, whatever. The one that
John Anvil.
I'm just saying, someone should try going as the young Hemingway. I think it'd be an interesting thing. And I highly recommend a book called In Our Time. Great stuff from Ernest Hemingway.
That's the short stories, right? You recommended that.
Yeah, it's a combination of short stories. It's much better than Old Man in the Sea, which is awful. Let's move forward here. We have coming up in sports.
X-rated baseball.
Oh.
Okay. And farts in a lawsuit.
Hilarious.
In a lawsuit?
Yes.
It's about time.
Yes, and a huge retirement in sports. And I use the word sports somewhat loosely. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, what is that, a Skittle?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, I hope you're having a good Monday morning. It's the 25th of July. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. And don't forget about Bob and Tom Tonight. Hey, that's a great show to watch. We have people behind the scenes working hard on that all day long, and you get to watch it tonight. The video webcast of highlights of today's show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Just check it out on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, our Facebook page, or see bobandtom.com for more details. I highly recommend it. You don't want to be watching the news when you can be watching Bob and Tom Tonight. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right there on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. Greg Warren, Reno Collier on a Monday coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. President Joe Biden continues to improve despite a lingering sore throat from his coronavirus infection. As Dr. Kevin O'Connor writes, the president is responding to therapy as expected. Biden's been taking an antiviral drug that helps reduce the chance of severe illness. Although he still has a sore throat, his other symptoms, including a cough, runny nose, and body ache, have diminished considerably. You'll recall Biden tested positive for the coronavirus on Thursday morning. As the United States remains in summer's sweltering grip, those with the resources, time, and desire have been fleeing to pools, beaches, and higher elevations to escape the heat. From the Pacific Northwest to the southern Great Plains to the I-95 corridor, more than 85 million Americans are under excessive heat warnings or advisory. The National Weather Service has warned of extremely oppressive conditions from Washington to Boston, and forecasters urge you to wear light clothing, drink lots of water, and limit your time outside. And the average U.S. price of regular-made gas has plunged 32 cents over the past 2 weeks to $4.54 per gallon. Gas industry analyst Trilby Lundberg of the Lundberg Survey says the continued decline comes as crude oil costs also fall. The average price at the pump is down 55 cents over the past 6 weeks, but still $1.32 higher than it was 1 year ago. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's the most outrageous video ever because it features real girls. And not just any real girls, but real girls on video going... Woo! Oh, yeah. Just the way you love them. Real girls on video going... Woo! All kinds of real girls on video going... Woo! All across America. Real girls on video going... features real girls. And each copy of Real Girls on Video Going features a group of loser drunk guys going. That's right. You get Real Girls on Video Going and loser drunk guys going. And hey, act now and you'll receive at half price Real Girls on Video Going. That's Real Girls on Video Going. And the bonus tape, Real Girls on Video Going, and the drunk loser guys going. But wait, order now, and Frigaball Video will throw in Real Girls on Video Going, and that's Real Girls on Video Going, Real Girls on Video Going, and Real Girls on Video Going, and all complete with loser drunk guys going. Order now.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Tom, tell us about your life. You married, single? What's going on?
Married. Very happily married. I got a friend going through a midlife crisis. You know anyone like that?
Oh, yeah.
And he's asking me what he should do.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep telling him cheating is like growing pot.
Like growing pot?
You can do it and get away with it, but you can't ever, ever tell anyone. Ever. Anybody.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom,
Elton John on the last tour.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Chicky.
Pat Godwin is not here. There's Ace Cosby. Yeah. Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold. Hey. I'm Chick McGee with a letter just for Tom. And here's Tom.
Before we get to that, we were talking about this Ernest Hemingway lookalike contest, and some lawyer dude that looks kind of like the old Hemingway won it. Mm-hmm. Willie, you made a good point. When you look at all these Ernest Hemingway guys, they all look like they could segue into a Santa Claus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lookalike contest.
It's the white hair, it's the beard, it's kind of an established look.
Easy.
But I'm just saying, why doesn't someone try to be the young Hemingway? What was that Woody Allen movie where they had the young Hemingway?
Midnight in Paris.
Midnight in Paris. That'd be fun. Kind of something a little bit different. That, or you could do the post-shotgun.
Whoa, that's not funny.
Gonna make up artist. It was funny. Christine was saying an interesting entry.
Oh, you need a toilet? No.
I have a letter if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
We were talking about grandma, grandpa swearing and old phrases that they might use. Learning a lot of new ones. This one I've never heard before, and I really like it. I hope I can remember to use this. Scott from Michigan writes, when my grandpa was talking about some guy he was less than pleased with, he'd say, that guy couldn't piss out of a boot if the directions were on the heel.
I don't really understand it.
I'm not sure what that means,
Yeah.
or why his boot would be full of urine. But that's nice. That's got a nice folksy feel.
Yes,
to
it does.
That guy couldn't piss out of a boot if the directions were on the heel.
I love stuff like that. Isn't that so much better than the modern, oh, that guy sucks?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is some real poetry.
I don't know. Don't get rid of that guy sucks.
I'm not saying it's got its place.
That guy
but,
sucks can really hit when a guy really sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, if they go, well, I'll tell you what, that guy may suck, but he couldn't piss out of a boot with directions on the heel.
You know what? He sure could.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Very folksy.
Oh, you like that one, don't you?
I do. I want some of these. What have you got over there?
Dear Tom.
Yes.
You mentioned your recent road trip. You went to North Carolina over the weekend, and you said you didn't want to bother truck drivers to honk their air horns. Here's a pro tip from Keith. Bother us. We love getting the trucker salute.
Oh,
he
okay.
says.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we don't get nearly enough of them. I've been driving trucks for 4 years now, and I can remember every one of the 19 salutes I've received in that time.
All right.
The age of the person wanting us to blow does not matter.
Aw.
You guys
in
are
some
on.
states it might.
Well,
And hello, all. As you talk about the CB radio, I'm driving a truck heading west on I-70, currently passing by State Route 56, which goes to, it says on the sign, London, Ohio. That's right, my hometown.
Yeah, all right.
And
Why
yes,
it doesn't say London, Ohio, home of Chick McGee
I
yet
don't know.
is baffling to
It's
me.
an error. It's caught up in politics.
Ah, boy, red tape, huh?
Steve said, yes, I still use the CB radio. And no, I can't hear Chick's mom.
Well,
you're...
if you do,
Yeah.
give someone a call. Because
It's like an episode of The Twilight Zone. Hey, Black Leather.
Got a hold of a Twilight episode. And X-rated baseball, St. Louis Cardinals reporter has gone viral after confusing Ron Burgundy with Ron Jeremy on the air.
Oh.
The Cardinals lose to the Reds yesterday 6-3, and color commentator Al Hraboski.
Oh, the mad Hungarian.
Who was a relief pitcher for the Cardinals, caused quite the... Speaking of viral, he would have been viral in his day.
Yeah.
Big mustache, right?
Yes.
He was, and now he has the same big mustache, only it's white as the driven snow.
Okay.
He was speaking on pitcher Mike Mikolas's post-game outfit, which included a big brown cowboy hat and a blue denim shirt. The look reminded Hraboski of the Will Ferrell movie Anchorman, which Champ Kind won.
He sure does,
wore
yeah.
the cowboy hat. But here's what it sounded like.
Who was it that wore the cowboy hat with Ron Jeremy?
Well, well, I think that Michaelis has interesting outfits throughout the season, right? He's always showing up wearing something fun.
She didn't know what he was what he even meant.
she didn't.
But she knows who Ron Jeremy
All
is.
right, we got plenty more coming up. We'll be right back.
Oh. She might really like Ron Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
What's he known
I think
for?
she's probably like, what are you talking about?
Ron Jeremy was known as Johnny Wad. Or
no, that was
that was John C. Holmes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ron Jeremy. Oh, Ron Jeremy is
known as the
I'm
hedgehog.
sorry, yeah, the hedgehog. He's known for being able to
fillet.
Yeah. I'm not that big.
Used to be.
Used to be. There's no way that belly's in the way now.
Yeah, isn't he in jail?
Oh,
yeah, I think he might be.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he had some issue. He's been in here a couple times, and
And we saw the weight
I say
gain
this in
coming.
In all honesty, I'm not kidding. At the time, we had a full-time caterer here.
Yeah.
So we would have hot breakfasts every morning, and but there'd be there's still all kinds of food here, but in those days it was really elaborate. He would leave with a bag of food.
All right.
I mean, to go.
Yeah.
He would come in here, have a nice breakfast, then leave with various Tupperware. Big eater. But he was nice enough guy. Kind of a weird way to make a living. Yeah, I think I forget what he got in trouble for, but I remember it was relatively
You don't want to talk about it. It's unpleasant.
Okay. Very, very good. So I'm sorry, Ron Jeremy. I'm just getting confused. Ron Jeremy's who's the most famous porn star that currently works, Josh?
Male. Oh my gosh.
That's a tough one.
Isn't there some guy named Lexington Steele you were telling me?
Yeah, I don't know if he's retired or not, but he's sort of a well-known and became sort of an enviable punchline because
the
of his
punchline back in the day, in the days of Watergate and Deep Throat, there was Harry Reams.
Yeah.
Was he the one in Deep Throat?
I don't know, but I know he was very popular.
Johnny Wad. Those were sort of the classic, and that was pre-video.
There's a guy named James Dean, and I don't know if he's still working, but he got kind of famous because he was in a movie with Lindsay Lohan.
Mm-hmm.
So
he took the same name as one of the most famous.
Spelled D-E-E. So
that's subtle. The wit of the people behind porn.
And maybe don't ride with them.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, that saying you had for Grandpa Curson.
Yeah.
You can't piss out of a boot.
Mm-hmm.
We've got several emails. It's can't pour piss out of a boot if their directions were on the heel. Pour,
I see.
Pour piss out of a boot.
I see. Okay. Well, it was close enough.
It
even
changes
better.
the whole guess.
Mike writes, and he says, my dad would call my brother, who was ex-military, private half-ass.
That's great. Well, that guy couldn't pour piss out of a boot if the directions were on the heel.
That makes more sense.
That's the correct version. Well, thank you very much. Now, where were we? Why did we get into an argument about this song during the break? I don't know what happened.
Weirdest musical tastes. Did you go from that?
That was a huge hit from the Love and Spoonful.
Yeah, I love that song.
I never heard that song until I was in here.
Never heard it before.
Yeah.
Never heard it.
I heard it. It was a big hit.
Yeah, I used to hear it all the time as a kid on the oldies station. And
really?
What does he say after Nashville Cats? Something County Water?
Play clean is country water.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Nashville
Sorry.
Cats. Something about Mountain Dew. Then there's
they could work before they're two.
Guitar pickers in Nashville.
Yeah,
yes. Let me see. Crossover hit way back when in the middle.
I love
1966.
And it has one of my favorite endings of any song where, like, one of the last lines before they redo the chorus is just, I sure am glad I had a chance to say a little bit about the music and the mothers from Nashville. Isn't that nice?
That's very sweet.
He just sort of sums it up. You know what? It's really been my pleasure to sing about it.
John Sebastian, Love and Spoonful. John's been here a couple of times. He's still a great player. He did this theme song to that TV show, Welcome Back, Kotter. That song, Welcome Back.
November of 1967, it charted at 26.
Not bad. Top 40.
Marginal hit.
That's a wonderful song. It's a fun one.
7 weeks on the chart.
Yeah, it's fun, yeah.
I used to listen to, I had like a tape. I would tape the songs off the radio, of course.
Sure.
And that was always a favorite, and so was Bottle of Wine, Fruit of the Vine. When you gonna let me get sober?
Leave me alone.
That's a hit.
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah.
Let me start over.
I couldn't tell you who did it, but I love it.
Yeah, we'll dig
I remember that one.
I was in the outlaw country even when I was little.
We'll dig that one up. Coming up, we have the breast size of female comic book heroes. And guess what's been happening? Let me think here. We got that coming up. Plus, we have an interesting lawsuit involving excessive flatulence in the news, plus more sports. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
That's right. What else would you be doing with your time? That man, Henry Phillips, the man with the guitar. Check him out if you can, and hopefully we'll have him back through at some point. You know, we've been through a pandemic and such, but we're starting to get more and more live guests back through here at Bob and Tom 24/7, including comedian Greg Warren and Reno Collier this morning, and comedian Kostaki Economopoulos coming up on Tuesday. That's right. The NFL still a few months away from starting, but the camps actually get underway, I think, in a week or two. All pro lines, if you want to check out Kostaki Economopoulos. It's your Facebook area, Kostaki.com as well. And we'll be talking NFL. But that's on Tuesday. We still have Greg Warren with the Warren Report. Last week, his topic was coffee, one of my favorite topics. Coffee. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go get another cup. Why don't you as well and join us on the other side right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. First place finisher Denny Hamlin disqualified in Pocono. His number 11 Toyota failed inspection, giving Chase Elliott the NASCAR Cup Series win Sunday in Long Pond. Joe Gibbs Racing had Hamlin's car and runner-up Kyle Busch's number 18 Toyota both disqualified. Hamlin lost his record 7th victory at Pocono and his 3rd win of the season. NASCAR believes the last time it disqualified an apparent winner was April 17th, 1960. Joseph Newgarden in Newton, Iowa, collapsed in his motor home following a late crash on Sunday at Iowa Speedway. That created an opening for Pato Award of Arrow McLaren SP to win the race. In Major League Baseball, former Boston Red Sox slugger David Ortiz inducted into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. They chanted Big Papi from the lawn outside the Clark Sports Center. Countless flags of the Dominican Republic waving in the breeze. In Major League Baseball yesterday, interleague action, Angels beat Atlanta 9-1. American League year winners, White Sox, Minnesota, the Yankees, Kansas City, Toronto, Houston, and Texas. National League winners, the Cubs, Cincinnati, Miami, Milwaukee, the Dodgers, Washington, and the Mets. And WNBA winners, Dallas, Seattle, and Connecticut. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you a computer geek?
No. I see, I didn't grow up with computers. That's why children have the advantage. They slip out the womb. They're born with a password.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look at the ultrasound, you see the sex of the child whose internet provider is going to be.
So you're an email guy then?
Oh, no. Well, I check my email. I never get real emails. They're all junk. I got a junk box, and the junk box is like, look, we don't even have time to sort out this stuff. And it's all burn DVDs, lose weight, consolidate debt, and then be like, young teen, sluts, whores, triple X. Thousands of it. And then I got a weird one in the middle that says, do you need a birdhouse? And I actually got that. I'm like, who's the birdhouse guy? And then every day I get this email, Jim, do you want to enlarge your penis?
Yep.
And how did I get on the small Willy email list? That is the real
question. Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
And now, from the Amish Brewing Company, Buttermilk Ice Light.
Ringer!
Nice toast, Graber.
Thank you, my friends. Women of the Old Testament.
Okay. Ruth or Mary Magdalene?
Ruth. Okay, how about this? Ruth or Eve? Eve.
Buttermilk Ice Light from the Amish Brewing Company. The hand-churned buttermilk is frozen, the curds removed, put in the back of a buggy and driven around town until thawed, then returned to the farm and slowly filtered through a hand-sewn patchwork quilt, then refrozen to create the unique taste of Buttermilk Ice Light.
Okay, plain black floor-length dress or red lacy see-through teddy? Plain black floor-length dress.
When you say buttermilk, you've said it all. 99 glasses of buttermilk on the wall.
Hold it. Fritz, Fritz, move over. Let me drive the buggy.
It's okay, Graber. I took his reins away when he wasn't looking.
You're a good friend, Yoder.
The Amish Brewing Company would like to remind you, if thou hast had too much to drink, thou shalt not drive. Amish Brewing Company, Napanee, Indiana.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guess, Bob and Tom exclusives, and it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Pizza Hut, apparently, is going to start delivering cold beer along with their food.
No kidding.
They started the testing beer delivery program in Phoenix, Arizona.
And it passed with flying colors.
Yeah, everyone did.
Yeah.
So how do you prove that you're of illegal age?
The company told Fortune magazine it plans to expand that.
I'd like a large pizza, please.
And 40 beers.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hello, chick.
And yes, once again, Pat Godwin missing in action. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee.
Pat Godwin's not missing in action.
Sports desk. Huh?
He's out there. He's spreading comedy around the world. He had a couple days in Disney. The guy's earned some time off.
Yeah, but isn't this his job? So if he has another job on a Sunday night, shouldn't he?
He didn't understand that he had a Sunday show. They added the Sunday show.
They didn't.
When did they add it? Last year?
Yeah, when they booked him.
So there's no way to get back here from a...
It's a long drive.
Poor baby.
We'll see, Pat, probably. I told him not to come until Wednesday. You were talking about, for some reason, we were talking about the song Nashville Cats.
How awful it is?
I like this song. It's The Lovin' Spoonful, great band.
I love
John Sebastian. If you haven't heard it, here's a little bit of it.
Oh, yeah.
Nashville Cats. Barely a song.
It's a great song. And then you mentioned this was a song. What you took it off the radio? How did that work?
Yeah, I had my little cassette recorder, and I would listen to this oldies station, and I would record the songs I liked.
That had to be great quality.
Oh, dude, brutal.
I did the same
yeah.
thing. I did the same thing. And here's another one you taped off the radio.
I remember this song.
Yes.
I'm surprised someone hasn't covered that.
Love
They
it.
have.
They have?
Oh,
Yeah, Porter Wagner did, and
No, but I mean,
somebody.
Tony Braxton, I think.
I mean a
Somebody like that.
contemporary.
Tony Braxton.
I swear I saw that.
I love Tony, but that's
I also recorded the Partridge Family with my microphone. I'd hold it up to the speaker on the TV.
And the thing about it is, most of the intros, I was missing a second or two because I wanted to know if it was a song I liked before I hit record.
I'm sorry, it was Tom Paxton.
Okay.
That's
And
entirely.
Judy Collins did that song.
Huh.
Really?
Yes.
Judy Collins.
I like when he goes, my jeans are so old that they shine.
That's a greasy man, is what that is.
Huh.
We have it. Oh, can you grab that?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie, how are you, sir?
Good. I was going to let you guys know today I'm headed over to this cool new CBD store called CBDB's.
Nice.
My Uncle Sonny with the wife told me to go.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't never been there, but he got the T-shirt. I don't know if I ever mentioned this to you guys, but I got a bad back.
Yeah?
I did not know you had a bad back.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard trying to lift a deer with trying to get a deer in my car.
Really?
Well, why were you doing that? Did you hit it and were taking it to the vet or something?
No, I was taking it to the taxidermist, Tom, have it stepped and mounted. Hey, by the way, stepped and mounted also describes how my Saturday night went this weekend.
Oh,
Swear to God. Yeah, Josh, I went hogging and picked up this hot chubber named Sylvia. Rhonda's all-you-can-eat buffet.
Oh.
I'll tell you about that later. Let's just say she had more than her fill of pork and lapped up all the gravy. Swear to God. Anyways, I'm loading this deer into my trunk and felt something snap in my back. And I've tried all kinds of stuff for the pain. Aspirins, Tylenol, Goodies, Cool Orange. Nothing seemed to help. So I decided to try this whole CBD thing everybody's bragging about. Well, I heard CBD is part of the marijuana plant, but it ain't the part that makes you high.
Right.
And that's why it's legal in most states. Because that's how our stupid government works. Some fat old white-haired dude. Is it fun? Oh, if the answer is no, then legalize it. Thanks a lot, Nick Gingrich. Anyways, I'm going to buy a few tubes of it, rub it on my back, and see how it feels.
Okay.
I only got one problem. I'm not sure I can reach on my back where it hurts.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I'll get a second date with Sylvia, the buffet queen. Have her squeeze a tube and decorate my back like a birthday cake. Swear to God. I gotta go.
Thank you very much. That's an interesting name for a store, though.
Yeah.
CBDBs?
I wonder if they get away with that.
Has the T-shirts, but never been there. That is brilliant.
How many people do we know that have done
Everyone.
that? Yeah.
I was actually there once.
Of course you were.
Yeah, you got to go there and to Max's Kansas City, right?
Yeah. CBGBs. I saw Mink DeVille.
Wow.
I'm not familiar.
You're the Ace Cosby of music. If it's a bad band, you're going to go watch them.
He had some good songs.
Did everyone think that you were an undercover cop?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I look like a narc.
Who's the guy in the New Balances? Jeez.
What about those killer vintage T-shirts?
That's a guitar store in St. Louis, I think.
Guitar store? Yeah. They took the reenactment of Oswald getting shot in the parking garage.
Oh, I don't know. Is that Vintage Vinyl is the store in
I think
St.
it's
Louis?
called Killer Vintage.
I don't know where that's out of then.
I don't know.
Yeah,
What shoes did you wear back in those days? Did you wear the desert boots? Remember those?
No, never.
Snakeskin.
Were you a loafer guy? What?
I'm picturing Buster Browns.
Me too.
No.
Sperry topsiders, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Probably Converse.
Okay.
Low cuts.
All right.
Nothing very fancy.
Oh, you wore the Vans for a while. I remember that.
Oh, yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Skater Tom.
He did. And he had the black and white checker ones, too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Got to wash those a lot. They get very dirty. We have coming up breast size in comics.
You have a foot odor problem, don't you?
Not at all.
He powders them up, remember?
If I took my sock off right now, then you'd see white powder flying everywhere.
Oh.
How much do you use of that a day? Like half a bottle or can or
Take your
whatever?
sock, you squirt that stuff in there, and then flop it on, and it flies all over your mouth.
Oh, boy. My God, man. Hey, we were talking about playing chess off the air, too. A chess robot. There was an incident.
Mouse to play chess.
Well, evidently, a chess playing robot broke the finger of their 7-year-old opponent.
Wait a minute.
It wasn't your turn.
The incident occurred at the Moscow Open. Sergei Smagin, vice president of the Russian Chess Federation. That's S-E-R-G-E-Y.
That's right.
S-M-A-G-I-N. Smagin. The robot grabbed the boy's finger after taking one of his pieces. Rather than waiting for the machine to complete their move, the boy went in to make a quick move himself. Smagin added, there are certain safety rules, and the child apparently violated them.
Yeah, got what he deserved.
Oh, boy.
Got the old pinky gambit.
Sergei Lazarev. Oh, yeah.
What was that
Queen's
show?
Gambit.
Queen's Gambit. Sorry,
Yeah.
different show.
Sergei Lazarev, president of the Moscow Chess Federation, said that the machine had played previous exhibitions without issue. He added, this is, of course, bad.
Yeah.
Lazarev
bad.
said the boy's finger was put in a cast. That's interesting. You don't normally put a finger in a cast.
Broken
do you?
fingers?
You just take them together and go out there and play. That's what I did.
Little splint.
I almost told him to cut the finger off. So
Did you?
I ain't needed. Just getting in the way at this point.
That finger done me no good anyway.
Pain don't hurt.
You're a senior playing a JV game.
That's
Get
right.
rid of it, coach.
That's
I don't
right.
need it.
I ain't the one I bang with. It says here from the Chess Federation president, the child did not seem overly traumatized by the incident.
Yeah, this robot,
because he knew it was his fault.
Instead of being a digital chess opponent.
It's like a big arm.
Yeah, it's a big arm that hovers around. It looks like one of those things.
Cranes.
Yeah, one of those crane toy things, except it's
so once again,
it grabs the chess pieces, but I guess it pinched his finger.
It's not a robot.
No.
It's a robotic arm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think
But it has a face, it's a robot.
Okay, well, in any event, it hurt this kid, and it's been apparently demoted to being a Roomba. Kind of a drag.
Oh, boy.
Checkmate and finger break. Poor kid. He's got to be a pretty smart kid if he's playing chess at that level. What is he, 6?
Mm-hmm.
Not smart enough to follow the rules. When the machine is working, you don't put your hand there.
You're really mad at this kid, aren't you?
I just think he's a punk.
So you're saying this is like a power saw. There's certain times you don't put your fingers out there. That'll learn them.
It's like I learned with my nail gun. You don't put your thumb there when you're shooting your nail gun, and it goes into your workbench and hits a screw head, and it ricochets back up and comes through your thumb. Really?
Oh,
man, that hurt.
Oh,
Chess Robot's been demoted.
Yeah,
to checkers.
Oh no!
No, just go king me.
I had to pull it out.
I used to be Chess Robot.
I had to pull it out with a set of pliers.
no, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, Chick.
I'm a man.
Yeah, you are.
A shot of whiskey.
Now
well, to be honest, I was loaded to begin with.
We have a very odd world record.
Oh, yeah?
I'm surprised that the Guinness people allow this.
Shut up. But first, World Wrestling Entertainment Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon has announced he's retiring.
Oh, is he?
The announcement, but who knows? Maybe he'll come back. And
I'm seeing the next WrestleMania, he'll rise from the dead or something.
He wrote on Twitter at 77, "It's time for me to retire. Thank you, WWE Universe. Then, now, forever together. WWE thankful."
I think he's one of the most entertaining people on television.
Earlier this month, Wall Street Journal reported McMahon agreed to pay more than $12 million over the past 16 years to suppress allegations of sexual misconduct and infidelity.
Why'd they have to add that into the story? Let's just celebrate the man and for the hero.
Well, that's probably. You trying to tag team one of the office ladies? Did you?
Well, given that story, he truly is an American hero.
Does he run the XFL?
I don't think he runs it.
He started it.
He used to, yeah.
The Rock owns it now.
Oh, okay, so it's a different company. Okay, all right. Well,
and now we're ready. Stupid world record. What did you say about this one, Tom?
I'm surprised Guinness allows this. Did you see the video of this?
Nope.
A pair of Italian men have broken a Guinness World Record by changing a tire on a vehicle while it was in motion.
Huh. Really?
Yeah, it's...
How do they do that?
Well, keep reading.
Driver Manuel Zoldan and tire changer Gianluca Falco.
I'm a tire changer. What?
Fastest time to change a wheel on a car while driving after accomplishing the feat in just 1 minute, 17 seconds.
I would have thought this would have happened in Poland.
Jeez.
Could you just keep reading?
Doesn't it sound like one of those jokes?
Video of the attempt shows Zoldan driving a BMW 3 Series. Oh, nice car.
Nice car.
Onto a ramp
I don't care for those.
to flip it onto two wheels, allowing Falco to crawl out of a window and...
Falco?
Falco.
Amadeus.
To crawl out of a window and dangle off the hood to change the car's tire.
So they hit a ramp, knocking the car so it's on two wheels, and it keeps driving.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Then a guy climbs out.
This is amazing.
This is
takes
amazing.
the wheel off the car while the one, obviously the one that's not on the ground, one of the ones not on the ground.
Sure.
And replaces the wheel like as if he were changing a flat tire.
I think they should move this. I think they should start doing things like this in IndyCar and NASCAR.
Yep.
Yeah, let him do the pit stops while the cars are moving.
I would think if anything were to go wrong, wouldn't it? I mean, couldn't the car fall on him or something?
Well, he's hanging. You can see. I mean, he's kind of hanging
risk.
off the top.
There is risk.
So,
yes.
If it fell, I guess he could fall head first onto the pavement.
But it is a world record. There should be something at risk here, right?
Yeah, well.
This would be a cool Fast and Furious thing.
Absolutely.
They have to do this in the next Fast and Furious movie.
Someone gets a flat tire. Don't worry, keep going.
I got this. Yeah. Oh.
God, I love those movies, and I am not ashamed to say it.
Oh, neither am I. They're very fun.
Very fun.
Well, except for, I think we all.
That was pretty boring. Pretty boring.
Awful.
Was that
Fast
the
2
submarine
and 4
one?
suck.
Which was the submarine one?
Who knows?
Oh, that was
Or the torpedo.
It was like 7 or 8.
I thought it was 9. The latest. Oh, we didn't see the latest one, did we?
No, you refused.
So this guy actually changes the time. What was the time again? He takes the wheel off the car, puts it back on while the car remains moving, and the other two of the other.
1 minute, 17 seconds.
Oh. Wow.
I guess their next trick, they're going to change the oil.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now, this is a little problematic.
They have to go on the two back wheels?
Yeah. And of course, the engine may seize. I'm not sure.
Before you get the oil back in. Yeah.
Yeah, the video of this is insane. But I'm sure it takes a great
Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, no. Someone will kill themselves trying.
Yes.
In fact, climbing out of a moving vehicle while it's on two wheels.
Yeah.
Never a good idea.
Probably fairly rough. Once again, coming up in news, we have the size of female breasts on comic book covers.
Oh, I bet they're
historically
pretty.
Does it cover
pretty buxom?
Little Annie Fanny?
Yeah, does it cover that?
No.
Didn't you always love Little Annie Fanny?
Hated that. That was the stupidest. Did anyone ever actually read an episode of that?
I know.
I hated it.
I did. I thought.
Do you know what we're talking about?
No. So this isn't Little Orphan Annie?
No.
No, it was this witless knockoff on Little Orphan Annie at the end of Playboy magazine. I think it was
I am. Yes. The last time we talked about this, I looked some up. And I found the movie sort of witty.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Annie Fanny.
So stupid.
Right there. That's witty.
Okay. All right.
The first porn I ever saw was called Little Orphan Annie.
Really?
Yeah. Little
First one
Orphan
I
Annie.
saw was Charlie Brown and Lucy.
Oh, come on.
Oh, in one of those deals?
She was at the psychiatrist booth.
These were drawings, I'm assuming.
And Charlie said, just talking ain't going to fix this, or something like that. And then she paid him a nickel.
Did you watch? Have you watched the entire oil change stunt?
No.
It's a tire change. It's not an oil
sorry.
change.
No, oil change, you've got something.
Let's see if it was an oil change. Let's see. The guy'd get up on two wheels. Wait,
Yeah.
he'd get up in the back wheels, open the hood, change the oil, then climb back in the car and see if the guy wanted the air filter.
As you can see here, sir.
Is that sports?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
Hey, Rocky, this is what you farted for.
There we go. Whatever you do, always be a good sport. Christy, what do we got coming up? Or what do you have?
What do I have?
Yeah.
A man in the UK is suing a food vendor, claiming that their ham sandwich gave him uncontrollable flatulence.
Well, we'll get to that coming up.
As you can hear, I've got a problem.
May I approach the bench? No.
No, not at all.
Oh, we should play that one where the guy's running. What was the name of it? Remember?
Oh, that was a knockoff on. Remember when all the athletes were wearing those what were those things called?
Breathe Rights.
Breathe Right.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
I don't see the commercials anymore.
Yeah.
They used to put the nose strips on.
They still have them.
Okay. Yeah, that was the fart right anal strip. We can dig that up for you. Right now, a little quiz time. Christy Lee, what is your sleep number setting?
45.
That is a soft mattress, young lady.
Oh, I love
Mr.
it.
Chick McGee.
100. I like a firm mattress.
That is a firm mattress. Josh.
65.
Okay, thank you very much. No real response to that. It's kind of middle of the road.
But it's perfect for me, my friend.
That's the idea of the Sleep Number bed. You get the perfect setting for you. Once you get home, you can adjust that bed however you want it, and either side of the bed has its own setting. That's the beauty of the Sleep Number bed. And they have taken bed technology to the next level. How about this? How about trying something called Sleep Number True Temp bedding? Get a nice cool bed on these hot summer nights. Find out the details by going to your favorite Sleep Number store. Just go to sleepnumber.com. In fact, you can find that store by going to sleepnumber.com/BT show. Choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number. Why? Because every great day starts the night before. And now save 40% on the new Sleep Number 360 CSE Queen Smart Bed. Now just $14.99. This is one of the greatest prices ever from Sleep Number. I love my Sleep Number bed, and you'll love one too. And these beds last longer than conventional mattresses. And once again, you don't get tired of them because if you change the way you want to sleep, you can change it automatically with the Sleep Number bed. When we come back, are the breasts on the females on the cover of comic books getting larger?
I hope so.
I like that guy.
I think that question is kind of a no-brainer. And we're going to have to hear something from the famous band, the Electric Amish, because coming up in the news, someone has stolen one of the most famous features of the Electric Amish Band.
It's true.
It's unbelievable.
Really?
Oh, the Electric Amish stage show. They've been doing you're going to have to find out what I'm talking about. But this is just astonishing that this is happening in America, and there hasn't been a massive lawsuit. And, of course, we also have an interesting story about who uses the subtitles when they watch television these days, and you'll be astonished at who's using them. I guess the line would be, "It's not just for the hard of hearing anymore." It seems like everybody's using them.
Yep.
We'll find out about that. And we are once again going to find out about the something very unusual on Mars. I think you'll find this especially interesting. Coming up also, comedians Greg Warren and Reno Collier today. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, treat yourself now at bobandtomstore.com. The hoodies, the hooded zips, the collared work shirts, the Bob and Tom Show hat. Oh, they're all beautiful, wonderful. You got to check them out. See them for yourself. The clothing size is small all the way up to 5XL. If we don't have your size, check back. We're constantly restocking at bobandtomstore.com. Just go to bobandtomstore.com. Look in that upper left-hand corner for the new tab to see the latest merchandise we have just for you. Nothing better to do on a Monday than a little shopping, am I right? bobandtomstore.com. Greg Warren, Reno Collier on the way.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Jordan Peele's UFO thriller Nope is the nation's top movie. It leads the domestic list in its first weekend in theaters with an estimated $44 million in ticket sales. Pretty impressive for an original R-rated film and is a pandemic-era record for an original screenplay. Marvel Studios dropped the first trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It happened at Comic-Con in San Diego on Saturday. The tease was just one part of a presentation that also included first peeks at Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium, and the new information about Phase 6 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that will feature 2 Avenger movies coming in 2025, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars. Also coming out of Comic-Con, it looks like Dwayne Johnson was in full costume to promote his new superhero film, Black Adam, at the event in San Diego Saturday. He brought with him the new trailer and the promise of free tickets for every person in the 6,000-seat arena. And attorney John Alville caught the eye of judges who awarded him the title for the most resembling the author and former Key West resident Ernest Hemingway over the weekend. Allville triumphed Saturday night over 124 other contestants for the title in the annual Hemingway Lookalike Contest at Sloppy Joe's Bar. The Key West establishment is where the author was a regular patron during his decades-long residence on the island back in the 1930s. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Here, Bob and Tom, my mom was fond of calling people turkey butts. My dad used to say it's colder than a well digger's ass.
I love that. Yeah.
My grandfather never cursed. He would call people dipsticks. And my dad used to say, in a pig's ass.
Good delivery.
Yeah.
My grandpa would say, son of a buttermilk pancake.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Rob Haney is our guest. Now, Rob, are you...
Well, I was, as you might know, I try to be clean, and this is, I feel I might be going over the border with this, but what's the show that's always about sex? It's only
Real Personal?
Well, then back me up if you saw this. The night they had Dr. Ruth Westheimer on as a guest, and this is all true. I don't know how I'm going to clean this up. This guy calls in to ask Dr. Ruth for advice. And he said that he had been dating this girl, but he broke up with her because she had, and this is the hard part, she had extreme odor.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's what the man said. I'm sorry, but that's what he... And anyways, he said that since they had broken up, they had remained close friends. And she had dated 2 other guys, and those relationships broke off kind of suddenly. He thought maybe it was the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
Should I tell her? And as God is my witness, this was Dr. Ruth's advice. She said, send the girl some flowers. And on one side of the card, write a little poem, something positive, something upbeat. Which, to me, that's terrible advice. I mean, I can't imagine, can you imagine that poor guy trying to write that poem?
No.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You're real sweet, but you're I've went over the line, haven't I? So that's not me. That's offensive, isn't it, Paul? You're a classy guy, and that is offensive stuff.
Are we back on the air?
We are now.
I apologize.
Did that have to be clipped?
I apologize.
Yes.
I apologize to you ladies.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Oh, hi, Chick McGee.
Hey, there's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
At the sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone.
Chick.
There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom Griswold.
Coming up, a quiz. What actor is the most difficult to understand when you're speaking English?
Actor?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll get to that.
I know who it is. I'm sorry.
Okay, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
he's one of my favorites.
We'll find out exactly who that is and what people are doing just so they can understand that person. And, well, before we do that, can you get that?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, gang, good morning. This is Larry King reporting from heaven. Angels, hit it.
How are things in heaven, Larry?
All right, not so loud, my God. Go back to the dressing room. How you kids doing?
Good. How are things in heaven? You still
Well, pretty good. The Major League Baseball All-Star Game was last week,
Wow.
Everyone up here was very excited. Most of the residents also love the Home Run Derby. Methuselah was particularly excited about it. He claims he played Little League with Mickey Mantle.
No kidding.
I can't prove any of that. Of course, Babe Ruth didn't care for the Home Run Derby. He was grousing about how lousy all of the participants were. He's a very competitive guy, Babe. Oh, he's confident he could have beaten all of them.
Maybe.
Of course, he also says that he could kick Joey Chestnut's ass in a hot dog eating contest.
I believe that.
And no kidding. The Bambino, always hungry. Not sure if you were aware of this, but Babe could eat anything, and he often did. He once ate half of Lou Gehrig's glove between innings.
Oh, my.
That's hungry.
voracious appetite, I'll tell you that. It also explains how Joe Jackson became shoeless. Joe Jackson.
The babe ate his shoes.
Ate one of his damn shoes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Most of the great players, including the great Yankees, are up here. Yogi Berra, Roger Maris, Joe DiMaggio. I'm pretty upset with DiMaggio because he won't introduce me to Marilyn Monroe.
Oh.
I think he's still mad at her. He won't tell me why he and Marilyn got divorced, but he did say, just like Mr. Coffee, I had grounds. He wasn't a comedian.
Yeah.
We have a celebrity softball game up here every year. Marilyn played in it last week.
No kidding.
Oh.
Yeah. Which reminds me, do you know what it's called when Marilyn has 4 balls on her?
No, what's it called?
A Kennedy menage a trois.
Oh, boy.
It was right there. I got to go. That is a 3-2 count on Gandhi. Oh, his diaper just fell off at home plate. All right, that's too bad. Pull it up there, Gandhi. Pull it up. Angels, hit it.
Thank you. Thank you, Larry.
Marilyn doesn't strike me as a softball player. I don't know.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe, not very athletic looking.
No.
Don't know. We have Christy Lee, of course, at the news desk. What have you got over there?
Well, a man in the UK is suing a food vendor claiming a ham sandwich gave him uncontrollable flatulence. He claims he's been farting for the past 5 years.
Well, so have I. So have all of us.
I think everybody.
I think at the level at which he is.
Everybody farts.
Mr. Tyrone Pratis purchased the ham sandwich during a December 2017 visit to the Birmingham Christmas market. His lawyers told the High Court that within hours of eating the sandwich, he suffered stomach cramps, fever, vomiting, and diarrhea. Pratis claims he was bedridden for over a month with salmonella and has experienced uncontrollable flatulence ever since. Philip Davey, the lawyer for Frankfurt Christmas Market Limited, which served the sandwich, admitted that health officials did find E. coli on a knife, but no salmonella. He is suing for nearly $240,000.
Farting for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Odor in the court.
Man.
It's not just him, by the way.
No?
No, it's a gas action lawsuit.
I see. That would be.
He's trying to cut a deal.
Uh-huh.
Oh, thank you.
He did the sound effect himself and then thanked himself.
Crazy.
Well, I think that we have a tribute to that coming up.
Oh,
I hope so.
But
salmonella?
No, not that.
We haven't done that.
No.
Yes.
No,
We haven't done that in a long time.
There's a story about a baseball player, maybe, that puts mayonnaise in his coffee to start the day. Did you see this?
No kidding.
I've seen people who put ghee in their coffee.
Sure.
Yeah.
The butter in the coffee, because it attaches to the fat cells, and the caffeine in the fat cells make you kind of energized.
It was so disgusting. Of course, everyone had to send it to me because they know how much I hate mayonnaise.
Remember we had those
friends.
Yes. Don't you love them?
Remember we had that cake made with mayonnaise, and it was just delicious.
Glad I missed
Chocolate
that.
cake.
When you do with sour cream, it's like instead of eggs and oil, you just put that in. That's what it is, right?
Right. But, yeah, it just sounds so...
Mayonnaise and coffee.
Yes. I'll find the story. I promise.
It might be worth trying. But so this guy claims he got salmonella from the...
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a quarterback. Kentucky quarterback Will Levis, Levis, drinks his coffee with mayonnaise.
Okay.
Yep. He said during SEC Media Days at College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta, he adds mayonnaise to his coffee, demonstrated the questionable beverage while being filmed after pouring black coffee into a cup, grabbed a squeeze bottle of mayonnaise and added a significant portion.
A significant portion.
My
wow.
God.
Looks like a vanilla latte or so much.
With mayonnaise.
Oh, boy.
Christy can't stand the sound.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
All right.
Sounds delicious. Well, in your honor then, in honor of salmonella.
Yes, sir.
We have...
Wow, it sure is hot out here. We've been out here in the sun all day, and I'll tell you, honey, I'm dying.
Yeah, it is hot, but what a great day for a picnic. Here, try one of these roast beef sandwiches.
Say, honey, these sandwiches taste kind of, I don't know, they just taste different.
Don't worry, sweetie. It's just that new mayonnaise I'm using.
A new mayonnaise, huh?
That's right. It's called Sam and Ella's. See, look at this picture on the jar. That sweet old lady is Ella, and the old man is Sam. Sam and Ella. They're such a sweet-looking old couple, and all of their products taste homemade. Try it on the potato salad.
That is good. Sam and Ella's mayonnaise, huh? Tastes kind of gamey.
Yeah, that's Sam and Ella's special taste. You know, it's the first mayonnaise you don't have to refrigerate. In fact, this jar's been sitting open in the sun all day.
No kidding. Sam and Ella's mayonnaise. Doesn't need refrigeration. I tell you, what'll they think of next? You know, I'll have to remember this for the company picnic in Phoenix. This is tasty potato salad. It's kind of warm, though. Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Ella. And we couldn't be prouder of our new mayonnaise.
Sam.
And Ella's.
Oh, honey, I don't feel so good.
Oh, sweetie, I hope it wasn't the roast beef. You know, it tasted so...
Thank you.
Sam and Ella, you'll love the taste going down and coming back up.
And don't forget to try our new pork tartare on a stick. It's perfect for a leisurely slurp at the ball game in the bleachers.
And try our new oyster sun tea. Sam
and Ella's.
Sam and Ella's. So good, it's sickening.
Are you happy now?
Okay, once again, in honor of the poor guy that claims he got salmonella.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Huh?
At a Christmas festival and has had excessive flatulence for 5 years. We have a little tribute to that guy coming up. Did you hear that Larry King was saying at the Heaven All-Star baseball game?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That was fascinating. But when he left us, Gandhi was batting.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Up to sacrifice, I'm guessing. Got a new grandma phrase for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
I just love these. I don't get this one, though. Maybe, I hope I'm reading this right. This comes to us from Steve. He writes, my grandfather would say, she ain't much for pretty, but she's hell for stout. What does that mean?
Sounds like she's thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
There's a Kevin Gates lyric where he says, she ain't pretty in the face, but she's super thick. And I think that's just a more old-timey version of that.
And then this one is pretty simple. This comes to us from a guy driving a truck right now in Wisconsin. Thank you for doing that for us and hauling all that stuff for us. Dan in Wisconsin. He goes, my grandpa would say, yeah, that gal, she's more nervous than a whore in confession. Pretty much self-explanatory. You want to explain it to us, Christy?
No.
Okay, just asking.
If you see a thick girl, Willie back, he's just supposed to go, damn! Just like that.
Oh, really?
Scream across the gas station parking lot at him. Oh,
Me and Chick, we like a thicker milkshake.
That's
People know
right.
that.
That's right. When we come back, in a few minutes, we're going to talk with comedian Greg Warren, comedian Reno Collier. Also, we have news about the size of female breasts as depicted in comic book covers. And surprisingly enough, they did a survey over the last 70 years. Something has happened to them.
Oh.
We'll find out what that is. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch two other people eat cookies.
Perfect strangers. Eating cookies. No.
Nothing.
No.
How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. Doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing.
Mm.
Where's my Sprite? My new car? That's why I think women should have shelves next to their bed filled with prizes, depending on how well you did. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Like they do at the carnival.
Sure.
That's they have something to shoot for,
Are you going to take anything or no?
Right. I'm going to go for the Van Halen mirror tonight.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's a
cow.
good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you're having a good Monday morning. I know I am. Hope you had a great weekend as well. They always seem to go by a little bit too fast. And here we are again, getting through a Monday morning, but at least we're laughing and having fun, right? Oh, we have a good time around here. Greg Warren with the Warren Report, Reno Collier. A look at today in history from Professor Tom Griswold while Reno's on. That's always fun. And catching up with Reno. He's played the Grand Ole Opry not once, but twice. That means he was so good they invited him back. Not bad, huh? Reno Collier Comedy.com for more. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Monday. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. The average U.S. price of regular grade gasoline plunged 32 cents over the past 2 weeks to an average of $4.54 per gallon. Industry analyst Trilby Lundberg of the Lundberg Survey says Sunday the continued decline comes as crude oil costs also fall. The price at the pump down 55 cents over the past 6 weeks, but still $1.32 higher than 1 year ago. Nationwide, the highest average price for regular grade gas was in Los Angeles at $5.65 a gallon. The lowest average was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at $3.90 per gallon. Muhammad Ali's championship belt from his 1974 Rumble in the Jungle heavyweight title fight has sold at auction for $6.18 million. Heritage Auctions in Dallas, Texas, said Sunday the winner of the heated competition for the belt, Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay. In a tweet Sunday, Irsay confirmed he's acquired the belt for his collection of rock music, American history, and pop culture memorabilia that is currently touring the country. The 1974 fight, one of boxing's most memorable moments, with Ali stopping the fearsome George Foreman to recapture the heavyweight title in the African nation of Zaire. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Wow, what am I going to do? I've got to get this box to Los Angeles by tomorrow.
So just FedEx it.
Are you kidding? It's too big.
Well, then overnight it by train.
By train. All the way across the country, overnight. Are you crazy?
No, pal, he's not crazy. The famous Norfolk and Winston Railroad has just merged with WayPal Delivery Services. Together, our new company will revolutionize the overnight delivery business. Ask for us by name. We're...
Hold it. You're telling me you can get this 2,000-pound package from New York to L.A. overnight by train?
Norfolk and WayPal, overnight. Absolutely, positively.
Absolutely, positively, we will get you through it. There's Norfolk and WayPal, we are gonna do it.
When you go by rail, no package is too large, and we'll get it there overnight.
Norfolk and WayPal.
That's the name. We do it by train, cross country, by rail, overnight. There's Norfolk and WayPal.
Here at the Bronx Zoo, we actually shipped Washoe the gorilla to the San Diego Zoo overnight. We had to pry his eyes open on the West Coast, but he's fine now. Absolutely, positively.
Absolutely, positively, we will get you through it. There's Norfolk and WayPal, we are gonna do it.
Ask for us by train. Norfolk and Way, pal. Norfolk, Virginia.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
curvy cleavage on display.
the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
It's Q95.com.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Lord, I'm down.
Christy Lee at the news desk.
Why are you down?
I'm not. I'm just, this is music.
Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
I got the blues so bad.
Here's Ace Cosby.
$30.
$30.
Once
Okay.
again,
I give up. I have
non sequitur.
no
There's
idea.
Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
He wants somebody to walk his dog, so.
I'm Chick McGee. That was an off-the-air conversation.
So wait a second. You'll pay him $30 every time he takes your dog out for a walk?
No, I do pay someone more than that because I like them to come over and let my dog out.
I was going to help
in the
my friend
backyard.
Chick out.
No, that's not going to happen because you
this-
already said if you went to my house you'd take a big dump, and I'm not having that. Nobody dumps at my house but me.
I've dumped at your house.
You have not, have you?
You knew it.
I don't think I did.
You weren't happy about it.
Oh, good Lord. Tom,
Next
would you
time I'll
dump
use the
somebody-
bathroom.
Would you do that at somebody's house?
You actually have...
Well, if you have to go,
Chick,
you
you've
gotta
had-
go.
You've had guests at your house?
Yeah, long time, before the pandemic.
Okay.
Before I found out, hey, I can be agoraphobic. And blame the heat and the pandemic.
Or no, I'm not going to stand here while you insult Ace Cosby when it's, of course, time once again for...
We already did this.
You did it already.
It's a double header.
He's right.
With his joke of the day.
My girlfriend poked me in the eye, so I had to stop singing for a while.
But you know,
Oh, my.
No, you know what? I like that one.
I get it. She poked you in the eye. That's when you couldn't see, so therefore you stopped singing and everything else
Right.
for a while. Thank you very much. Special double header edition of the Ace Cosby. Now, do you remember the one you did earlier today?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
don't remember
can we do it
going
again?
over
Get it right this time.
Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
If a snake married an undertaker, what would
Wait a minute. If a snake married an undertaker, yeah.
what would
Yeah.
their towels in the bathroom say?
What would their bathroom towel say? I don't know.
His and hers.
no, they wouldn't say his
No, you messed
and
it up
hers
again.
at all.
It's his and hers.
No, I mean, if a snake
Dumbass.
married
Guys, Ace, you know what? This is not your fault. This is Tom's fault. Yes. This is like the 50th time he's gone to you to do a repeat of a joke, and it never works.
No.
Tom should know better.
Yep.
I thought he'd get it right this time.
What, again, then,
Why?
then you are
See,
clinically
it's
insane.
Hiss and hers.
You know what? No,
see.
you know what? Try it again.
Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
You know, Jar Jar Binks has a famous brother who's an
Oh,
author.
God.
Wait a minute.
Now he's not even playing with that.
Wait a minute. Jar Jar Binks has a famous brother who's what?
He's a famous author.
He's a famous author. What's his name?
George Orwell.
No, just say George Orwell.
He got it.
He got
George
it.
Orwell.
Is Orwell. George Orwell.
George Orwell. It's a great joke. I'm so sorry. Christy Lee.
If only you were.
Christy Lee is at the news desk. What have we missed, Christy?
An analysis of comic book covers has revealed
Yes.
the average female character chick depicted with twice as much cleavage as she was a decade ago.
Well, you want to sell comic books or not?
Decades ago, actually. Female breasts occupy over triple the cover space they did 70 years ago. The study also used 10 random comics from each decade for 3 female-centric comics, Wonder Woman, Catwoman, and Red Sonja. So apparently their breast size have increased over the last few years.
And the amount of space on the cover that they
Sure, of course.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's great that there have been lady superheroes for 70 years.
Especially with big boobs.
I like them. I like to look at them and pretend I can touch them.
I think we have one.
We'd be remiss if we didn't feature this great superheroine.
New this season on the Bob and Tom Television Network.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane!
It's the biggest set of jugs I've ever seen.
It's Shirtless Girl!
Posing as a topless dancer, showing off her pecs. No one knows her secret till she takes off her specs. She's Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl.
With her special powers, she gives the bad guys fits. She don't use no gun, she stops them with her tits. She's Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl.
Working in the chemistry lab one day, sophomore year, nothing seemed amiss. But that night, an amazing transformation took place. And the next morning, young Debbie Yabo woke to find...
My God, I'm huge. I must dedicate these to fighting evil.
Little did Debbie know that years before on the planet Lactoid, a planet whose gravity was causing it to sag dangerously toward the sun, her father, Major Yabo, and Mother Teton sent their infant daughter, Areola, rocketing through the Milky Way to Earth, knowing one day she'd become Shirtless Girl, keeping the city of Metropolis safe.
Okay, nobody move. Hand over all the money.
It's Shirtless Girl!
Not so fast, bad guy.
Oh, yeah, like some dame is gonna...
Get a load of these.
Huh? Oh, I can't run away. Hell, I can't even walk.
Thanks, Shirtless Girl!
You're welcome, citizens. Don't touch those.
Sorry.
Along with her fellow superheroines, Wonder Bra Woman, Bikini Spider Woman, The Flash, and the Green Horny Shirtless Girl formed the Legion of Super Hooters.
Look, it's the cat signal. Some boob must need help. I better call my teenage bosom buddy A-Cup and head to the wet cave. I know. I'll use the Hooter Scooter.
And once again, Shirtless Girl, you've kept Metropolis safe. Warm and snug and soft, bouncy. Once again, defeating your archenemy, the Jiggler. We are grateful. Thanks, Shirtless Girl.
Yay!
You're welcome, citizens. Don't touch those.
Sorry.
Come again next week for another titillating adventure of Shirtless Girl.
I'm Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl.
Shirtless Girl, only on the Bob and Tom Television Network.
Ah, the classic Shirtless Girl. Once again, the news story today, Christy, involves the actual comic book
books.
covers.
Yeah, the female breasts occupy over triple the cover space they did 70 years ago, and the average female character has twice as much cleavage.
It makes
in the past.
It makes me Iron Man, right, Josh?
Oh, you ain't kidding.
How about them hammers?
Yeah.
Did you ever,
What?
Masturbate to a comic book?
Yes.
No, I have not.
Okay.
No.
What kind of question is that?
How about an ad in a comic
Have you?
No.
I wasn't a big comic book guy.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, no.
I remember when comic books cost 12 cents. That's how old I am.
Wow, you
What do
are
you think of that?
My goodness.
12 cents.
Very few people reach this age.
Would you go buy them at the soda fountain?
No, at the Floria's drugstore.
Oh, yeah.
What was your go-to?
Spider-Man, because he was kind of a smartass. Spider-Man and Batman.
Yeah. Have yourself a strawberry phosphate. Flip through the pages of
No.
Action Comics 1.
It's not nice.
I'd steal some sunglasses and put the comic book down my pants and walk out whistling.
Ever the ne'er-do-well.
Yeah,
I like the Archie comics. I was an Archie comic girl.
Were those the ones that are on Bazooka Joe Bubblegum?
What the hell are you
What
doing?
are you doing over there, Dad?
I was told to open this when we were talking about Oh, my God.
Well, we didn't mean to bother you.
Yeah.
Is it Sad Sack number 1 or something?
Oh, my gosh. I mentioned that my mom threw away all my Sad Sack comic books. Someone has sent me a giant stack of classic Sad Sack.
Look at those.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I've got to look at one.
Who do I thank for this? Is there
They're absolutely worthless.
Oh, I love this comic as a kid.
Sad Sack, you didn't think was funny?
No.
Now, was he pre-Beetle Bailey?
I think he might have been, yeah.
I think Sad Sack, I think, was developed during the war. This comes to John writes, a longtime listener. I had these lying around a while. Thought you'd get more enjoyment out of it than I would. Thanks for 20 years of last.
Nice.
Nice. That is nice, John.
Thank you, John. How cool. I really appreciate that.
You know what I had my mom threw out?
What?
When I was a little kid was my new Mercedes. Did you know that?
Oh, man.
It was horrible.
You got a new Mercedes, and she just took it apart.
She just threw it out.
So you'd like a nice classic 78
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I was in high school, my mom threw out my dad. Yeah, they went ahead and...
Well, there's no...
Anybody want to take that?
No getting him back.
Let's find the comedy.
Ace, you want to take that one? You can make it even worse, can't you? Okay. Well, thank you. That's so nice. Yeah, my mom, when I was in college, I came back and she'd thrown away. I had a stack going all the way up to the ceiling of Batman, vintage 50s era Superman and Batmans that were my brothers.
You know what? I'm with your mom. I would have done that too.
Most moms did.
Classic Mad magazines.
I've told my kids they've got so many months and then it's gone out.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
They're adults.
What do you have to throw away of theirs? What do they have?
All kinds of things.
You know what I'm going to get you?
I'm not going to throw it away. I'm just going to
get
donate.
You for Christmas is a riding crop, so you can now listen to me.
Yes, that's what I need.
Like Carol Burnett and Annie.
That's right.
Just
pay attention.
No, Willie, I don't throw your stuff away. I hoard for you.
What are you talking about?
Well, your old room at the house I currently live in.
You mean your office / Kelly's workout room?
Yes. Since you don't no longer live in the house.
You're a man.
Very good.
You're a man without a home.
Wait a minute. So the new house, does he have a room in the new house?
There's plenty of room there. He can establish a spot. Right now, you know who lives in the new house?
No one.
No one. It's not done yet. Let's see, where was I? So Josh, I'm sorry. So my mom threw out my comments. What did your mom throw out?
My dad.
Oh, okay.
So somebody's got to send Josh a new dad now. That's going to be complicated.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's funny.
Chick, I was performing Saturday night, and I mentioned my mom, and
Yep.
from the crowd, your mom is rich.
That's right. And how did you reply?
Oh, no, actually, she's just married to a man named Rich. She's not actually.
No stunned silence. People got up to go get beers.
Hey, so she gave up your dad to get rich.
She sure did.
And who wouldn't make that choice?
Hey, coming up, we have a story about Mars that is very weird, involving the rover. But
we also have Greg Warren.
There's a mission to Mars. I was doing a second.
Like to send Greg to
Speaking of mission, NAPA's on a mission to keep you in motion here on Earth for almost a century.
You're doing this at the right time. Good job, buddy.
For almost a century, NAPA's been known for having quality parts and expert knowledge that you, the driver, needs. NAPA helps drivers like you hit the road confidently with America's largest network of parts. Listen to this. There are nearly 6,000 NAPA Auto Parts stores, over 17,000 NAPA Auto Care Centers, meaning you and your truck are never far away from quality products and trusted service. Keep that ride going. Your lifestyle depends on it. Visit NapaOnline.com. Find a Napa location near you. The folks there behind the counters, they're nice folks, and they've got what I call Napa know-how. When we come back, we have
with Greg Warren and the history of hubcaps. I can't wait.
Hubcaps?
Actually, we have we have some news for Mr. Greg Warren.
Oh,
we do. Coming from Josh.
He's gonna have a baby.
Oh, it's bad news. Yeah.
Oh, it is?
It's interesting. When we return, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, occasionally in the morning, I hear Ace Cosby listening to Jimmy Pardo's podcast, and we have podcasts you can listen to as well at bobandtom.com/podcast. You can get into the Bits and Pieces podcast. Willie Griswold, Jason Hofstetz, the two Jesses, Jessica Hooker and Jessica Alsman, the Bits and Pieces podcast. They discuss some of their favorite segments, bits and pieces from the show. It's a lot of fun. You should check it out. That Josh Arnold podcast, Josh discussing fun topics. You could learn a thing or two. And the Bob and Tom Show Extra podcast. Listen up. Every weekday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern or so, we drop in some extra Bob and Tom Extra podcasts for you, and it's all free and available for you at bobandtom.com/podcast.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. President Joe Biden continues to improve despite a lingering sore throat from his coronavirus infection. As Dr. Kevin O'Connor writes, the president is responding to therapy as expected. Biden's been taking an antiviral drug that helps reduce the chance of severe illness. Although he still has a sore throat, his other symptoms, including a cough, runny nose, and body ache, have diminished considerably. You'll recall Biden tested positive for the coronavirus on Thursday morning. As the United States remains in summer sweltering grip, those with the resources, time, and desire have been fleeing to pools, beaches, and higher elevations to escape the heat. From the Pacific Northwest to the southern Great Plains to the I-95 corridor, more than 85 million Americans are under excessive heat warnings or advisory. The National Weather Service has warned of extremely oppressive conditions from Washington to Boston, and forecasters urge you to wear light clothing, drink lots of water, and limit your time outside. And the average U.S. price of regular-made gas has plunged 32 cents over the past 2 weeks to $4.54 per gallon. Gas industry analyst Trilby Lundberg of the Lundberg Survey says the continued decline comes as crude oil costs also fall. The average price at the pump is down 55 cents over the past 6 weeks, but still $1.32 higher than it was 1 year ago. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
So, Nick, let's start with the basics. Are you a married guy?
No, I just got divorced.
Sorry to hear about that.
It's okay. Lots of people get divorced. Einstein got divorced.
He did?
Yeah, did you know that? Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein?
Oh, so you're dating then?
I guess. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say I love you anymore. I hate that first I love you. That's the worst. First time you ever tell a woman you love her. If they like you, they want to hear it. And when they hear it that first time, something comes over them. You know, their eyes get all wide and get that diabolical grin on their face. You can almost feel them saying, excellent.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Dear Bob and Tom.
Oh, yeah.
You were talking about toenails last week.
Okay.
No.
A friend of mine is a dental hygienist.
She cleans teeth for a living.
She had a patient who came in the office in great pain. After examination, the dentist found the sore tooth swollen and infected. The procedure required a small incision to relieve the pressure.
There was a toenail in there.
The dentist immediately requested a pair of surgical tweezers and removed a large piece of toenail.
How do they know it wasn't a fingernail?
Because it says this patient said he often chewed his toenails.
Oh,
Can I tell you something? My mother used to chew her toenails
no way.
in front of me.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Clothed or not?
Clothed.
Oh, thank God. that is a visual.
Poor Bob has lost it over there.
Or a little best of right here. Right here.
This is a sick thing.
Wow.
That would be,
Totally naked.
I
How did you even think of that?
You would get,
See anything you like, boy?
I think you'd
remember
get
that.
free psychiatry for life. I think you would. I think you'd get a psychiatrist. I'm sorry. Your mother bit her toenails naked in front of you as a child. Here. You have free psychiatry for life, free Prozac, whatever you want.
There's a government program for that.
We are going to fix you.
How about it, boy? See anything you like?
I mean,
Lord, help us, Lord.
You can imagine the twisting that would be
There's a
involved.
lot of people who can't even do that.
Okay. She was very limber. Show's over. Everybody out.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I
try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Greg Hahn is our guest.
I went out with this one girl. Can I say this?
Yeah. Sure.
Get a load of this. I'm on a date. I was out with this girl, right? Here's what she says. It's true. She says, oh, I did something she didn't like. She goes, oh, you just lost some points. Whoa, there's points involved. It's a point system that the women have. It's a point system. Men, we don't know what's going on. All we know is it involves points, and all of a sudden, we're down. You know what I mean? I was doing my impression of her mother. She's like, oh, you just lost some points. I'm like, really? How many did I start out with? Don't ask any questions. You're just going to lose more points. Well, transfer my account to your younger sister.
Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, pal? You all right?
Yeah, thanks.
Good. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and now here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. We're going to get the electronic big screen TV on over there. There it is. And that man, that blue-eyed man, that handsome man.
Boy, that shirt really brings out your eyes.
Sure does.
Is comedian Greg Warren. And, Greg, I can't see who is behind you in the photograph on the wall.
That's Estella Warren, Tom. She was in the movie The Cooler, Driven, Planet of the Apes with Marky Mark, and everybody's favorite Kangaroo Jack.
Oh, yeah, I
love Kangaroo Jack.
Well, nice. And, of course, this is the Warren Report, and you always like to be accompanied by a photograph of someone else named Warren.
Yeah.
And before we start your report, Greg, we have some news from the road from Josh Arnold.
Greg.
Good.
Yes, Jeff Oskey and I were recently at the Des Moines Funny Bone over the weekend, and you know that Cheesecake Factory right there.
Oh, yeah.
One of our favorites.
Several times.
Yeah. We went, and I said, Jeff, do you like guacamole? And he said, oh, yeah. And I go, oh, man, we got to get it. This is a must. And
it's outstanding. It's outstanding at that particular one. They do a nice job. They don't over smash the avocados.
You're exactly right, Greg. But I do need to correct you. They did a nice job. They no longer carry the guacamole.
What?
I know.
There was a big thing about a year ago. A lot of places stopped because of the price of avocados.
Yeah, there was an avocado shortage.
And she said
the Cheesecake Factory in totality or just that one?
I couldn't tell. It was not. And then I
find out.
I will. Well, I double checked, and it was not even on the menu.
Oh my!
So they've taken it off the menu, and
this is horrible. Chick, how many times have you and Josh and I gone over to the Cheesecake Factory and started a meal off with some guacamole?
Many.
It's some of the finest, and
yes.
And so then I said, okay, all right, boy. And
so then you followed up with something, didn't you?
Yeah, and I said, can we please get the crab and artichoke dip? Because I was in the mood for some chips. Sure. Really, I just went.
Okay.
And she said, we haven't had crab for 6 months.
Oh.
And
good Lord.
Man. And it's not their fault. It's still a wonderful establishment. We had a terrific meal, but
they blame it on the Suez Canal. I'm about tired of that.
No, they said that she said the crabs have finally caught on. They don't go near the nets anymore.
Oh.
They all went, hey.
What happened to Roger? he's with the guacamole dip.
I don't think when our buddies and our family members go up in that net, I've noticed they're not coming back.
Yeah. Do not go near that net that says
stay away from me.
I'm not going to get on the net ride.
But I will say, on behalf of the Cheesecake Factory, they do have 10,000 other things.
Oh,
you can
dude,
get.
we ate a terrific. We got the salmon, which is it's one of their best things.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
And
high turns. That's what you want in a seafood place. High turns.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, and then I'm proud to say that they now serve regular black tea.
Yeah,
they do.
Not just the flavored tea after I complained about that forever. Okay, well...
You're taking credit for that, aren't you?
Yeah.
You believe that,
I bitched about it enough. I think a lot of people did.
We also listened to your new hour, Greg, that you sent as a little sneak preview for us, and we genuinely laughed out loud a lot.
Thanks, man.
Hang on a second. That doesn't sound like an insult at all.
I wish I could.
Yeah, I was hoping for got the new hour. Not for me.
We laughed a lot, man. Just going, I can't believe he thinks he can get away with this crap.
I just got the...
What?
No. I just got the new hour. It's supposed to be funny. Evidently, I listened to the wrong hour.
Greg is
Mallard.
going to be.
Ooh.
Greg will be live at the Laugh Gas Comedy Club, Cape Girardeau. Is that correct?
Laughing Gas. I think, or
Laughing
something.
gas.
Oh, it just says Laugh Gas. I thought.
No, that's the laugh, gas, or grass. That's a different.
Yeah, some hippie runs
That's
that.
so a bit of an ultimatum, isn't it?
Wait a second, Christy.
Yes.
Something's wrong here. I think that I'm going to circle this and hand it to you. Do you see something else wrong with this plug for Greg?
Does it say Greg Sox? Please let me
No, it doesn't say.
Cape Girardeau.
In Cape Girardeau, Florida.
Hey, look, in that person's defense, a lot of capes in Florida.
Is this
a lot of capes.
This is a different Cape Girardeau then.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, like anybody's planning to go there anyway. Come on.
Well,
so it is in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, right?
It is, yeah. Not Cape Canaveral.
Okay.
No.
Okay. And it's Laughing Gas, and that's coming up Saturday, August 6th.
Very good.
Yes.
Tom.
Yeah.
Just the one night, huh?
Just the one night. Yeah.
Cool.
They have
What are you insinuating?
They have somebody funny the other night.
Is Zany there on Friday? What is it?
Zany there on Friday.
Some kind of religious thing. They have to close from midnight Thursday to Friday.
He's really cracking himself up.
He's good at that.
You know, I could say something here, but
Why is that funny?
it's not, especially with the name of the club.
Oh, by the way, Greg, Jeff and I listened to your new hour on the way to Des Moines. Yeah. And we wanted to let you know that material works. We did it Friday and Saturday.
Oh, good.
And
Outstanding.
Yeah, it got a good response, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I've always dreamed of writing for a couple of guys like you and Jeff.
Well, let's get back to it. Comedian Greg Warren is actually also an authority on many aspects of contemporary culture, and that's what he's here for. The Warren Report. Today's topic is?
It's Cabbage Patch dolls. The hysteria that took place.
No, Chick was just being an idiot.
Chick was being a jerk.
What? No hubcaps?
1976, 21-year-old Xavier Roberts and his 5 art school buddies started Original Appalachian Artwork.
Oh.
And they made these dolls. They were called back then Little People dolls. Probably a little more offensive today than it was back then. They were inspired by the folk art movement of the late 70s. They were hand-stitched, soft sculptured dolls. They sold them at like arts and craft shows, and they became popular pretty quickly. Xavier signed the left butt cheek of every one of the Little People dolls.
Yeah.
Kind of strange. They were all unique. They had different eye colors, different shaped heads. Every one of the dolls, they looked different than each one of the other dolls. Each doll came with a birth certificate. And back then, the names were unique names from 1938 Georgia birth records, which seems like that could go wrong, you know. Your dolly's name is Rayford Taylor. I knew Rayford Taylor. He killed 7 men. You keep that dolly away from me. And a bottle of Jim Beam and a buck knife. And you were not allowed to buy the dolls. You had to adopt the dolls for an adoption fee. And they came with adoption papers that you had to fill out and mail in. He sold these at craft shows, but then started getting more popular. Xavier and his buddies bought an old medical clinic, and they kind of turned it into a nursery for babies being born, supposedly. It was called Babyland General Hospital. They had little incubators for all the dolls. All the employees dressed up like doctors and nurses. Seems a little strange. Depending on the nurse costume, I guess I could get behind it. And then they just got bigger and bigger. In 1981, he teamed up with a guy named Robert Schleifer. Robert was an ad guru, and he said, we got to change the name to Cabbage Patch Kids. And he came up with, he thought there should be a story behind Cabbage Patch Kids. And Xavier, the founder, was like, well, I have to be part of the story. So The story is young 10-year-old boy Xavier Roberts was led by a bunny bee through a waterfall to a magical land where cabbage patches grew magical children.
Willie, you had a trip like this once, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah,
Bonnaroo, 07. This is crazy.
And he had to say, Xavier had to save all these children from the villains, Lavender McDade, Cabbage Jack, and Bo Weasel. These were bad guys. And,
I've been to the Bo Weasel Monument.
Yeah, apparently if he didn't save them from the Cabbage Patch Kids would be put to work in the gold mines. Gold mining, I would think, would be tough work for babies.
Very. Wow.
So in they went around and they tried to get big toy manufacturers like Hasbro and Mattel and all those people to join up with them, and they all said no, except for one company, a Japanese company, Coleco. I think I had some of their video games when I was a kid.
Yeah, we had the ColecoVision.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool stuff, and they said, yeah, we'll make them, and they mass produced these things. The big change was they went from like a soft head to a plastic head, and the computers were able to accomplish what they called infinite randomization. So again, every one of these dolls looked different, and they generated new names, not from birth records in Georgia, but they were like weird names. So every baby was named something different. So you got names like Callow Weezer or Gano Jeweler.
Ghana Weezer. Ghana Weezer would be a VD with a cough.
Yeah.
So
Frank Zappa you used the same computer to name his children.
I think so.
So, Greg, what year are we now here?
We're in 82 when they start mass producing. Okay. Tom, 83 is when they launched this kind of smart, savvy media campaign, and all hell broke loose. That's when there was a run on them. They staged a mass adoption at the Boston Children's Museum.
Oh, my.
And they gave all these dolls to local kids. The Today Show covered it. Jane Pauley had them on for like 5 minutes, which was a big deal back then. And that's when that Christmas was the first of all the Black Friday riots. I mean, people were stomping on each other. They were camping out to buy them like they were concert tickets. This is interesting. Kids were hurting themselves to blackmail their parents into getting a Cabbage Patch doll, which I don't think that would have worked with my dad. Like, Dad, I'm going to hurt myself if I don't get that toy. You got a gun? No. Have at it. Also, to check this out, there's a Milwaukee morning show that said they went on the air and they said a B-29 bomber will be dropping 2,000 dolls from the sky in Milwaukee County Baseball Stadium, and you got to bring a baseball glove to catch it, and you have to wave a credit card in the air so they can take a picture of it, and you'll have a chance at getting one. And it was -2 degrees that day, and a couple dozen people showed up.
Oh, man.
And here's the thing. I think I probably would have been that guy. You know, like you got to think like a couple people probably left, and then there was probably a couple people that were staying. Like, no, man. BB and the douche man, they don't lie. They said they were going to be out here. These guys, I've been listening to them for 30 years. It's one of the things I appreciate about you. You guys never did that, did you, Tom?
No.
Nothing that. I didn't like the lying fake
Yeah,
stunt.
trick your listeners. Yeah. I've always appreciated that about you.
Well, there was one thing that we faked. But
but you weren't inviting people to go.
No, that's where we would throw stuff off the roof.
Catch it or keep it?
Catch it and keep it, claiming that we were really throwing live animals and stuff, and people had to catch them. Like a turtle would, you'd hear the cracking, but that was pretty clearly fake. Yeah.
So this thing got crazy. I mean, you've seen all the videos and stuff like a lady got a broken leg at these store riots. A store owner had to protect himself with a baseball bat. There were a lot of fakes back then. And the way you could tell a fake Cabbage Patch doll was it smelled like kerosene. because they were stuffing it with kerosene rags.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
So flammable also then.
Yeah, I would imagine. How
long did the craze last?
Well, that year they sold 3 million in 1983, and they ran out. And the next year in 1984, they sold 20 million. Yeah, there's been 130 million sold to date. And of course, that came with all the merchandising, cereal, cartoons, lunchboxes, 2 billion in sales for Cabbage Patch Kids.
Are they still out there?
Yes, but there's some interesting stuff here. Xavier became like famous. He was like 10 most eligible bachelors in the world. And he said, big deal. Boy George is on the list, which I don't know why you got to take a shot at George. I don't know why. Yeah, but he kind of looked like one of those 80s poser type guys. I don't know. He had like a cowboy hat on, and he wasn't a cowboy, and he had the close shaved beard. He looked like a member of that super country group Alabama. Remember those guys? Sure. He looked like one of those guys. But legal problems, Tom. They sued this company called Garbage Pail Kids.
I loved Garbage Pail Kids, yeah.
Yeah, they were trading cards, right, Josh?
Yep, yeah. They were funny.
And they were basically they were doing a parody of Cabbage Patch Kids. They were like grosser.
Yeah, very, yeah.
And Xavier got mad and said, well, they're damaging us, which, come on, man. It's a parody.
Yeah.
It's not going to be flattering. Have you guys ever seen Mike McRae's impression of me? It's not flattering. It's
hey, that's good. That's dead on.
It's not flattering. Anyways, Garbage Pail Kids wound up having to give them a little bit of money. It was like a licensing fee. But here's the rub. There's a lady named Martha Nelson Thomas. She was an art student in Louisville back in the 70s. Xavier ripped her off. This was not his idea at all. Yeah, he bought these what she called doll babies. He bought these things from her back in the 70s at an art fair and sold them when he was like at a gift shop at a state park in Georgia. And she went over there and said, hey, don't sell these anymore. She was like very arty and not into commerce. And she had like little notes in each of the clothing that said, this is what the doll likes to do. She was all about the art. And she said, don't sell these. And at one point he wrote her a letter that says, if you don't give me more of these, I'm going to steal your idea and sell them on my own. And she also, back then, I guess, if you wanted to copyright something, you had to put that C with a circle on it. Mm-hmm. And she wouldn't do it. She said she didn't want to deface her dolls. So she sued him. And it was nasty. It went on for like 6 years. Finally, they approached her with a settlement, and she just said, yeah, fine, whatever you want. It was undisclosed, but she said, all my kids are going to go to college because of this. So she wasn't really much about the money. Okay.
Stupid.
They're still out there. Tom, you can get them at Pat and Joe Prosy. They have a store called Magic Crystal Valley. Yeah, and they have 5,000 of them there. And if you call them dolls, they get angry because they say they are their children. And, which somebody should call Child Protective Services because you're a weirdo and you should not have children.
Thank you, Greg Warren. Once again, Greg Warren will be at the Laughing Gas Comedy Club in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, coming up Saturday, August 6th. Thank you so much, Greg. That was very enlightening. If you were listening to that report, you're probably thinking, that was super interesting. How could it have been any better? Well, tell me more.
Raycon earbuds. That's right. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. They feature noise isolation, awareness mode. You can listen while you travel or during maybe a grueling workout. The optimized gel tips fit every ear ever made, and they're comfortable enough for all-day wear, and they do not budge. With Raycon, you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life. You get all this for half the price of other premium audio brands. No wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000 5-star reviews. And right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycons. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Sounds great. Coming up, the electric Amish? That's right. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Greg Warren, former state champion wrestler. You're the son of a wrestling coach now. I assume your dad was also your wrestling coach. Is that correct?
Yes, he was. He was a high school wrestling coach, so I wrestled, and my mom was into music, so I played the clarinet in the band, which they made fun of me, especially the guys on the wrestling team, especially my best friend, Huey Baker. He was a black guy. He's one of those guys that would just get a hold of something and never shut up. Look at Greg, man. Greg played a flute. It's a clarinet, Huey. It's a flute, Greg. You a flute man. Look at little flute man, Greg. Flute your flute, Greg. Little flute man, Greg. He'll be on the bus going to a match. He'll be real quiet, and all of a sudden you hear, hop, 2, 3, 4. What the hell we fighting for? Flute man. It's embarrassing when you're out there wrestling and you hear, hit him with your flute, Greg.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, it's a gift you can give. They can open every day. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, do you need something special for someone special and you need it quick? How about giving them total access to the entire Bob and Tom library? You heard me. The complete albums, all the archives. You open it up and there it is. It's a Bob and Tom VIP membership, and you have to be a member to see it all. See the link at the top of our website, bobandtom.com.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. First place finisher Denny Hamlin disqualified in Pocono. His number 11 Toyota failed inspection, giving Chase Elliott the NASCAR Cup Series win Sunday in Long Pond. Joe Gibbs Racing had Hamlin's car and runner-up Kyle Busch's number 18 Toyota both disqualified. Hamlin lost his record 7th victory at Pocono and his 3rd win of the season. NASCAR believes the last time it disqualified an apparent winner was April 17th, 1960. Joseph Newgarden in Newton, Iowa, collapsed in his motor home following a late crash on Sunday at Iowa Speedway. That created an opening for Pato Award of Arrow McLaren SP to win the race. In Major League Baseball, former Boston Red Sox slugger David Ortiz inducted into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. They chanted Big Papi from the lawn outside the Clark Sports Center. Countless flags of the Dominican Republic waving in the breeze. In Major League Baseball yesterday, interleague action, Angels beat Atlanta 9-1. American League year winners, White Sox, Minnesota, the Yankees, Kansas City, Toronto, Houston, and Texas. National League winners, the Cubs, Cincinnati, Miami, Milwaukee, the Dodgers, Washington, and the Mets. And WNBA winners, Dallas, Seattle, and Connecticut. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Ace, what was in your household? Which curse word?
My dad left when I was born. So.
Oh, my God.
That's depressing.
Well, knowing you now, I can't blame you.
Did your mom curse?
No.
No, never. What if you
nothing. How did you learn how to curse?
I don't curse.
So what if you cursed in front of your mom? What would have happened?
I have no idea. I mean,
when are you going to learn not to ask him any questions?
See, Chick, I have to think about things.
Yeah.
I don't just make things up like you.
Well, that was a fun little attack. I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Kevin Pollak is our guest. This is something that interests me. You do, for example, you do a tremendous Johnny Carson. What are all of your guys going to die off pretty soon? I mean, you've got, is that a concern? Because one of the things about our life now, with all these TV channels out there, there's so little commonality.
Yeah,
you know, the classic impressions when we were coming up, you know, was Edward G. Robinson when we were little kids. We're
right.
Going, who the hell's that?
Yeah.
And now you've got people in their 30s going, Johnny who?
Well, that's why I had to bring along Christopher Walken.
There you go.
For the kids who love him. I'm a huffer at heart. I don't know if you saw the Fat Boy Slim video, but I kick it old school.
That's great.
Have you interviewed Christopher Walken?
No.
Okay, well, here's your chance. And keep in mind, all of his thoughts are completely unconnected. So go ahead and ask Christopher Walken anything.
All right, what's your new project, Christopher?
Frankenstein never scared me.
So how long have you been working on the film?
Marsupials do.
And when's its release date?
Because they're fast.
They are fast. They are.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schlitz, but for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Enter the young.
Oh, God.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Chick.
Josh Arnold.
Chick.
Being all sidekicky. There's Ace Cosby.
My man.
There's Willie Griswold.
Chickster.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Right on, brother.
Remember the Suzuki sidekick?
Sure. Didn't you have one of those?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a car, the Suzuki Sidekick.
No,
Did you have
I
one?
had an Isuzu Trooper.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I liked
yeah,
both those.
Yeah,
I
I had the two-door Isuzu Trooper just from the first year. It was a great car. If a large truck passed you, you would literally be swept off the road. It was like driving a spinnaker. It caught a lot of air. It did, but it was a good vehicle.
Wasn't there a MP3 player called the Sidekick or something? Or
there was the Sidekick. It was like a T-Mobile. It flipped. It was like the first iPhone, kind of.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, right.
Snoop Dogg was in the commercial.
Josh is a sidekick here on the show, much the way Chick McGee is a sidekick.
Sure.
We have this nice letter here.
We'll kick sides.
I would like to echo the text you received earlier this morning, writes Thomas. Jeff Oskey and Josh Arnold rocked the Funny Bone in Des Moines last weekend.
How nice.
Josh was super personable and friendly afterward with everyone. Jeff Oskey was lying down having an IV to kill the pain. Jeff, once again, has several broken ribs, and he was still a trooper, got up there and killed it.
He sure did.
He goes, I hope that Josh takes up my offer to buy him a zombie burger next time he's in town.
Oh, yeah.
What is the zombie burger?
Yeah, what's
We'll
that?
have to do that. It's somewhat of a, if I have seen, if he and I are talking about the same place, it's like sort of a horror-related...
Horror-themed restaurant?
Yeah. It's inside the mall there, real close to the club.
Which is right up your alley. I want to thank John, who sent me a stack of old Sad Sack comics. I was lamenting the fact that my mom had tossed all of my Batman, Superman, Mad Magazine, and Sad Sacks out. Got this from Richard writes, when I went away to college, my mother cleaned out my room to, quote, tidy up a bit. She probably decided that a lot of the stuff I didn't want anymore, including a complete set of all the original Star Wars trading cards.
Oh, man, that's money.
Because I didn't speak to her for about a year. Every now and then I'll sadly Google what those things are currently worth. and then bring it up to my mom.
Dear Tom, I can sympathize with you and your mom throwing out something of value. One weekend I was away on a church youth campout. My mom went into my room and threw out a bunch of stuff out of my closet. One particular item, an actual Star Wars theater poster.
Oh.
I had it certified and appraised a month prior. It was worth of upwards then about $5,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it went in the trash. To this day, I still have not forgiven my mother for that. Hope you enjoy your sad sacks.
Now, Josh,
That's from Gunter.
what did your mom throw out while you were in high school?
My father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and this says,
I know it's true, but God, that's funny. So
can you please tell me what brand of showerhead chick was talking about the other day? Speakman Any Stream. That's right. Get the 8-headed nozzle, except nothing less. It's
8
solid,
heads?
It's solid brass.
We were talking about hotels and the fact that Bob, when we'd go on trips with the band, Bob would take a shower head and a wrench.
Yeah, he would.
Go into the hotel, swap out their shower head temporarily, take a little of that white plumber's tape and put on the shower head that he liked.
Huh.
Yeah, it was kind of a cool thing to do, I think.
Man knows what he likes.
Yeah, exactly. You ever been to a nice hotel and you got a long day, it's late at night, and they just have that one roll of toilet paper. For some reason, it's just sitting on top of the toilet, and you sit down, you get up, and kind of misfire, and it drops into the water.
Oh, no. Thankfully,
No,
it's
never had that happen because most hotels have a toilet paper roll
Yeah, well,
holder.
I'm just saying, hope they wash those washcloths. Okay.
Oh, man.
Never mind.
Used a washcloth.
Never happened to me. Dear Bob and Tom, the last comic book I bought was called The Last Train to Whiskeyville, starring Bob and Tom. I haven't seen one of those in 40 years, whatever.
I've got one in my office.
No kidding. Oh, that's funny.
They're on eBay.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So are Cabbage Patch dolls. They go for quite a bit of money, those originals.
I have my originals. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. One was $3,500.
Why do you have a Cabbage Patch doll?
I was gifted one in '84 when I was 6. My parents got one from. They took a trip to New York City and they went to like a brick and mortar Cabbage Patch place or whatever. And
what's your name?
But you're
Joshua was the Cabbage Patch doll's name.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But you're a boy.
Mm-hmm. I got one of the rare Cabbage Patch dolls with the innie belly button.
Really?
Yeah. No, they were all outies.
Okay, well, let's get back to the news desk with Christy Lee.
Wait a minute, hold it.
Extra.
The sport of sport fishing.
Yes.
A 100-pound sailfish jumped out of the water and stabbed a Maryland woman who was fishing with friends off the coast of Florida.
That's so scary.
I saw
What are
this.
the odds of that?
I saw that too.
Good.
Catherine Perkins, 73, of Maryland, standing in a boat with 2 of her friends who were trying to reel in the fish when a attack occurred 2 miles off the coast of Stewart, Florida. Perkins told deputies the attack happened so fast she did not have time to react.
That's the thing. When you're reeling these things in, they're like 50 yards away from the boat, but they jump and they go so fast that it's like within seconds they're right in the boat.
Sailfish, huge the bill that's really like a
Where
needle.
did the thing
The 73-year-old said she received injuries to her groin.
Ooh, that could have been fatal.
Oh, boy.
Yikes.
They applied pressure to the wound and brought her to shore. She received treatment at a local hospital.
Aw.
Hey, Doc, you want to throw in a couple extra stitches for me, will you?
Come on.
You know what the sailfish said?
What?
Some of the smells down
Wasn't it time for news? Didn't I just play it?
Well, actually, it's time for us to tease something and come back with news.
Christy, you can tease me.
Can I?
Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
Oh, I finished.
Joshua Matthew, get your ass over here.
Teaser, please. He has to. He's mad.
We have Mars in the news, a mysterious thing happening on Mars. We have a pink glow that we need to explain.
All glows are pink on the inside.
Here. I think it's about time we talked about it. Let's talk about it.
You're on fire.
And a story that's really surprised Tom, but not the rest of us because most of us use it. Closed captioning has become quite popular.
I can't believe you. Well, no, you don't watch anything for an extended period.
What are you guys only watching TV in bars? Why are you watching with closed
There's
captions?
a lot of reasons.
It's a huge percentage
Yeah.
of people.
You have to.
I like to say the
Sometimes
lines with the
the-
actors like I'm doing karaoke.
Sometimes the background noise, the music is so loud, it drowns out. And even if you change the setting on your TV,
That's one of the chief complaints.
oh, is it? I didn't read that far ahead. I'm sorry.
Is that, the music's loud. And also the number of people who watch videos on their phones that don't have the sound on, it's more than half.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you've got to close caption everything because they're at work.
And my children do it because they are very conscientious because the TV sits underneath my bedroom, so they would watch closed captioning so they wouldn't have to have the sound up. So I could sleep.
Conscientious after hearing their moms, turn that crap down!
What are we going to watch tonight? Well, I don't know. What is Double Backdoor Johnson about?
No.
Oh, my God.
They're not watching
They're my
Double Backdoor.
daughters.
About 90 minutes. Let's do it.
Thanks, Conrad.
Double Backdoor and We're Sisters. We'll watch together. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, coming up, what is the pink glow? And also,
it's all pink inside, you know.
What was stolen from the Electric Amish? Next, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Tell us what you think. Call 888-BOB-TOM-1. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
Swear to God.
Cool.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook and Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you'd call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, say it to my face. And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called Oh, No, You Didn't. Swear to God. Well, it's hard to spell it on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep. So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, oh, no, you didn't.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Well, shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Rolling through on Monday, July 25th. Remember, for everything Bob and Tom, check out bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, information, links to our social media sites, Bob and Tom's VIP, and, of course, much, much more. It's bobandtom.com. Spell it out, BOBANDTOM, bobandtom.com.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News Update. Jordan Peele's UFO thriller Nope is the nation's top movie. It leads the domestic list in its first weekend in theaters with an estimated $44 million in ticket sales. Pretty impressive for an original R-rated film and is a pandemic-era record for an original screenplay. Marvel Studios dropped the first trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It happened at Comic-Con in San Diego on Saturday. The tease was just one part of a presentation that also included first peeks at Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium, and the new information about Phase 6 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that will feature 2 Avenger movies coming in 2025, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars. Also coming out of Comic-Con, it looks like Dwayne Johnson was in full costume to promote his new superhero film, Black Adam, at the event in San Diego Saturday. He brought with him the new trailer and the promise of free tickets for every person in the 6,000-seat arena. And attorney John Alville caught the eye of judges who awarded him the title for the most resembling the author and former Key West resident Ernest Hemingway over the weekend. Alville triumphed Saturday night over 124 other contestants for the title in the annual Hemingway Lookalike Contest at Sloppy Joe's Bar. The Key West establishment is where the author was a regular patron during his decades-long residence on the island back in the 1930s. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker. And the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like those dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God. You can hear the show here in the morning, and then because you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Hi, folks. Billy Mazing here with more made-for-TV revolutionary offers exclusively for Bob and Tom Show listeners just in time for the holiday season. How many times has this happened to you? You're carving your big turkey for the holidays when, ouch, you cut your finger on another sharp knife. That's why at Mazing Industries, we're offering for the first time our patented double-handle carving knife, a must in every kitchen. It's our Surefire safety knife. On one end, you'll find an ergonomically designed, easy-to-grip handle. And on the other end, you'll find an ergonomically designed, easy-to-grip handle. That's right, folks. There's no blade at either end. Oh! Made of space-age polymers, my Surefire safety knife is guaranteed you just can't hurt yourself. Keep it anywhere, on the counter, in the kitchen drawer, in the pack-and-play, in the shower. This bladeless wonder gives you the same Surefire results every time. No cuts, no slices. The Surefire safety knife is an unsharp knife for people who aren't that sharp. Only cutting-edge technology can bring you a knife with no cutting edge. Only $39.95 or 3 easy payments of $18.95 each. Wow. Order in the next minute, and I'll throw in just in time for that holiday party you're giving for friends and guests who are nudists a set of our wildly popular scrotum coasters. Just drop them down, flop them down, and enjoy.
And coast.
How can I make such an amazing offer? Easy. I'm Billy Mazing. Happy holidays.
Yes, sir. Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
By Josh Arnold.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee News.
Yeah.
Josh Arnold, Wisecracks.
Yes.
Ace Cosby, Track Phone Hotline, Hot Phone. Hey. Willie Griswold.
Airbase.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold. Tom?
Well, earlier, Greg Warren was talking about the apparent theft of the Cabbage Patch doll design.
Yeah.
Took quite a few years, apparently resolved in court. Everyone's happy now. This is a story about something that took place at a concert, and I think that this notion may have been lifted from the Electric Amish. Christy?
The Newport Folk Festival featured a stage that was powered in part by festival goers on stationary bicycles. The bike stage was a collaboration between Virginia band Illiterate Light and a company called Rock the Bike. Fans helped power the shows by pedaling on 5 bicycles situated next to the stage. The stage was equipped with solar panels that provided most of the power to the equipment, with the bikes providing the rest. About a dozen artists were scheduled to perform mostly acoustic sets on the stage, but apparently for this band, they did use the bikes.
So again, mostly
this was
acoustic.
a joke.
Yeah.
Now, the Electric Amish have been known to have a person on a stationary bike powering the show.
Of course.
Oh, really?
Yes.
For years. It's
Yeah.
a hilarious gag. This place
Not a gag.
doing it for real, of course. Now, I've got an idea for you guys. Willie, Josh, you guys do a lot of stand-up comedy.
Sure.
How about, would this be a distraction? I'm not so sure. You get up there, like on a random, Tuesday night, trying some new material. You get a guy up there on a bike pedaling to power the microphone, and then you call it open bike night.
Oh, yeah, I bet there will be places that do. Man, that's a really good idea.
That's fun. Do it like one of the spin places, the Soul Cycles.
Oh, yeah.
I won't do that because I'm not interested in the myths that we're hurting the world by using electricity. But I...
As you say.
I have a technical question. This was the Newport Folk Festival, right?
Correct.
It used to be the Newport Jazz Festival.
Oh, yeah,
Did they? Was that?
Or are they two separate festivals?
I don't know, and I don't know the answer to this. Were they sponsored by Newport Cigarettes, or is it
Aren't
the
they in Newport?
city of Newport?
They're in Newport, California. No.
Newport.
What? No,
East
not
Coast.
Newport
Rhode Island?
cigarettes. Nobody. What? No.
Newport, Rhode Island.
You think it's like a Colgate Comedy Hour thing?
Yeah.
Like the brand is the name?
No, it was in the city.
Not a lot of wind instruments.
Is Newport even there? Is that a brand anymore?
Newport's in Rhode Island, but I mean Newport cigarette. I was curious.
Did you see that one of those wind turbines got hit by lightning and caught on fire?
Saw
Did
that.
you see that?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Chick sent me the video. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's
going in a circle.
The flame is spinning around. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
In any event, the notion of having of people on stage powering the microphones and the amps, this was obviously originally done by the famous band, the Electric Amish. So I thought we would feature something from the Amish. This is well, you'll hear what it is.
There's an Amish man who is in danger. He met a heathen blonde, but couldn't change her. Her name is Christy Lee. It's obvious to me. Odds are they won't be in church tomorrow. Oh! Secret Amish man. Secret Amish man. They gave you a phone number and took away your They all told him don't date fancy ladies. You're asking for a one-way trip to Hades. But she must have begged him please. Probably got down on her knees. And odds are neither one of them were praying. Secret Amish man, secret Amish man. He's plugging in his tool now and stopped doing things by hand.
Baking maple syrup on a Sunday. Then reading news with Bob and Tom the next day. She's straddling both worlds. She's a half-cocked Amish girl. Christy Lee keeps begging for it both ways. Christy's Amish man. Christy's Amish man. He's filling up her pie hole. She's polishing his wood.
Subtle at the end.
Well, there you go.
I do.
Amish man.
The Electric Amish tribute to Christy Lee dating an Amish man. Wow.
I never dated an Amish.
You didn't? You did?
No.
Okay.
They don't date heathen women.
The right circumstances.
Heathen woman.
Once again, we played that in honor of the totally unoriginal stunt performed at the Newport Folk Festival, where they had festival goers on stationary bicycles allegedly partially powering the stage.
Yeah.
Which the Amish have been doing
for years.
For the longest time. Thank you very much. Coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Reno Collier. We have a couple of other interesting news stories, including an interesting thing about subtitles and who's using them on their television, the so-called closed captioning. You'll be quite surprised how many people are using them. Right now, it's the season of great food. And the folks at HelloFresh know that. That's why they have created a very special menu. It's called the Taste of Summer. So elevate the dining experiences you have at your house by plugging yourself into HelloFresh. HelloFresh does the shopping. They do the measuring. Welcome fresh ingredients, and that's the number one priority, hence the name HelloFresh. And every week, more than 55 options. And they've also made it super easy to change things around with the HelloFresh app. They want you to try it. They know you're going to like it. So how about this? HelloFresh.com/BTShow16 for 16 free meals and 3 free gifts at, once again, HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Willie, what's the latest?
One of my favorites, the saucy pork burrito bowls with cilantro, citrus rice, charred poblano, salsa fresca, and smoky crema. HelloFresh is going to send you 9 ingredients, and in 6 steps, just over a half hour, you have this delicious pork bowl from our friends at HelloFresh.
Keep your taste buds on their toes by making great, tasty food. Get started today. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Once again, the code BTShow16. That's 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming up, we have something very unusual in the world of television, and maybe if we have time, squeeze in this cool story about what was found on Mars last week. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Rolling through a Monday with you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. My name is Mark Allison. How you doing? Hey, comedian Greg Warren just had his Warren Report. It's always great to hear from Greg. GregWarrenComedy.com. And on the way, Reno Collier. He's played the Grand Ole Opry not once, but twice. That means he was invited back, believe it or not. And we invite him back each and every Monday, and you'll find out why. Coming up, it's RenoCollierComedy.com. Check him out. Reno Collier on the way. And Professor Tom Griswold with a look at today in history. I wonder what happened on July 25th. Well, we're about to find out. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. The average U.S. price of regular grade gasoline plunged 32 cents over the past 2 weeks to an average of $4.54 per gallon. Industry analyst Trilby Lundberg of the Lundberg Survey says Sunday the continued decline comes as crude oil costs also fall. The price at the pump down 55 cents over the past 6 weeks, but still $1.32 higher than 1 year ago. Nationwide, the highest average price for regular grade gas was in Los Angeles at $5.65 a gallon. The lowest average was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at $3.90 per gallon. Muhammad Ali's championship belt from his 1974 Rumble in the Jungle heavyweight title fight has sold at auction for $6.18 million. Heritage Auctions in Dallas, Texas, said Sunday the winner of the heated competition for the belt, Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay. In a tweet Sunday, Irsay confirmed he's acquired the belt for his collection of rock music, American history, and pop culture memorabilia that is currently touring the country. The 1974 fight, one of boxing's most memorable moments, with Ali stopping the fearsome George Foreman to recapture the heavyweight title in the African nation of Zaire. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you really save before we stick you in your grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown.
Hey, yeah, there. Thanks for coming to the Casket Carnival. You're really gonna dig our prices there. Don't forget to ask about our layaway plan, eh? Hey, geez, what's wrong with these people? I'm dying up there, huh? At the cremation station, we want to earn your business. You know, sometimes I wish I were dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
A woman went to the hospital suffering from minor burns after her vibrator overheated. What you failed to mention, I'd hate to be your boyfriend. If a vibrator can't keep up, buddy, you got no chance. A brewery in Texas has released a new hot dog water seltzer. What you failed to mention, see, even stupid ideas are bigger in Texas.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program 24/7.
She's a former exotic dancer and adult film star with a rack as big as the Grand Tetons. Now, she's a small claims court judge, and all her decisions are final. Catch the hot news show from Bob and Tom Television. She's sexy. She's stacked. She's Jugs Judy.
This court is now in session. And before we get started, let's take a moment to let our bailiff introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Bob Kavoyan. Jugs Judy, may I say that you look absolutely stunning today. You certainly are one gorgeous lady.
Why, thank you, Bob. You keep flirting like that, and my gavel won't be the only thing getting banged today. Oh my, it's a little warm in here. Does anyone mind if I loosen my robe?
Your Honor, that's what I call Exhibit Double D.
Bob, meet me in my chambers after court. I'd love to go through your briefs. Oh, and bring your handcuffs.
Yes, ma'am.
Jugs Judy. It's a guilty pleasure. Available only on Bob and Tom Television.
This court is adjourned. Now let's all go to my place for margaritas and skinny dipping. Bob.
Catch Jugs Judy only on the Bob and Tom Television Network.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom all the time in your ear.
Nick Griffin's our guest. I'm glad that it.
I'm glad everything's okay now. Yeah.
Now, are you dating at all? Do you see anyone? Are you?
No, I don't. I mean, I tried. You know, they're doing that internet dating, which.
Have you tried that?
I have tried it, yeah, but I just don't. I don't see a future in it because there's no story if you do get married with your kids. You know, I was checking the box score, and then I double-clicked on your mom's head.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 20.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Buddy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Well, thank you very much. We've got a couple of interesting stories. This one, kind of a surprise. It's interesting to read something and you go, I didn't know that. Thought I was the only one. I'm talking about subtitles. Christy?
New survey data reveals Americans are using subtitles more than ever. According to a survey conducted by the e-learning platform Preply, 50% of Americans watch content with subtitles most of the time. 70% of Gen Z respondents and 53% of millennials said they watch TV with subtitles, compared to just 38% of Gen Xers and 35% of baby boomers. Very surprising.
You'd think that the older
It'd be
folks
the
that
other
are
way.
hard of hearing, but no.
The survey found celebrities who are the hardest to understand when speaking are... Anybody want to guess any of these?
I saw the article, so I'm out.
Number one, Tom Hardy.
Oh, sure.
Specifically on Peaky Blinders. He was a
that
guest.
you have to watch that.
A
With
couple of
subtitles.
seasons. He's kind of hard to do.
Sofia Vergara. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sean Connery. Johnny Depp. Jackie Chan, Ozzy Osbourne, Benedict Cumberbatch, Michael Caine, and James McAvoy round out the top 10.
Ozzy always hard to understand.
Yeah.
Except when he's singing.
Yeah. But when he speaks, he's been in this room a couple times with us. And I thought I would feature something. This is an actual. When Ozzy we were on the phone once with Ozzy, and you'll see what happened. I explain it right now. This happened just a couple of years ago.
What if Ozzy was ordering a pizza? So at first we were going to have Dean, our producer, do his famous Ozzy voice.
Mm-hmm.
But then clear heads prevailed, and we decided to actually have Ozzy by taking actual parts of the interview,
right,
and then intercutting them with Mike Mark from our staff, pretending to be the pizza delivery. So this is actually Ozzy's voice. Is that clear enough? Did I make? Okay,
I believe so.
Okay, here we go.
Go ahead.
Paparazzi Pizza, can I take your order?
Yeah, I'm just I'm just in the car.
Okay.
They're allowing me to go on, and we just got to the Mad Monk.
Meat lover?
Right.
Yeah, gonna be about 45 minutes.
Again, that is actually Ozzy's voice. We have now joining us on the big screen TV. I can see him right there. It's comedian Reno Collier. Reno,
good morning, my friend.
Do you ever put on the closed captioning when you're watching TV?
Yeah, a lot, man. My wife won't shut up. I have to read it.
Well, 78% have difficulty hearing dialogue due to loud background music in films and TV shows. 55% of respondents agree it's harder to hear dialogue on screen than it used to be. 35% say actors and TV personalities are talking faster than they used to. Another reason people watch media in public places, they want to watch quietly at home, they want to stay focused on the screen, or even to learn a new language. The accents Americans have the hardest time understanding. Number 1, Scottish. Number 2, British. 3, Irish. 4, South African. 5th, Australian. And number 6, American South. Reno?
That is unfair. Completely. You named a whole bunch of Brits and then threw us in there with them. I agree. I when I went to Texas a couple weeks ago, I said into my Siri, I go, Siri, find me Roscoe, Texas. So I started driving there. It thought I said Briscoe, and I drove 2.5 hours out of the way.
Ooh.
So there's something in the, I don't know. But the Brits are always extraordinary. They always say words that they don't enunciate like we do or whatever. I can't understand it.
Yeah, it's actually really helpful. I wish they would do it at concerts.
What do you mean at concerts?
I'd like to know what the hell Dave Matthews is talking about up there.
Yeah. Or the chili pepper. Yeah.
Crashing. You know what I'm saying? It's not just Dave. I don't mean to pick on Dave. I mean, there's so many bands. It's like gibberish, 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 then a couple of words of the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
That's very, very common. Josh, are you a subtitle guy?
I mean, no. The only time I watch, if I'm watching a foreign film. But,
really?
No, I think this is more of a statement on the lack of attention and focus that younger generations have.
So what you're saying is the reason people can't understand the reason people can't understand Sofia Vergara is because they're staring at her boobs.
I have no problem understanding her. I don't know.
I don't either. But
just pay attention. It's not that hard.
I remember I went to the movie. I went to that movie. Was it the harder they? Well, The Harder They Come. Is that which one it was with the one of the first reggae movies?
Right.
And I didn't notice until about 20 minutes in that they were playing subtitles underneath the sort of the thick patois of the people. But that
would make sense.
Very helpful. So, and as I said earlier, I have read that most people watching little mini videos on their phones, especially when they're at work, they don't turn the volume on. So you've got to have the dialogue written out so they can see it.
Yeah.
So there were closed captioned, and you didn't notice them until how far in?
20 minutes, he said.
20 minutes.
That's a sign of a good movie.
No, I wasn't thinking about it. It was in a movie theater, and it was a great movie.
Okay.
It was Jimmy Cliff.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That was huge.
One of the earlier waves of reggae.
Yeah, it became kind of a midnight cult classic.
Yeah. So, in any event, don't feel bad if you're turning on the closed captioning.
You're not alone.
I have a really dumb question. Sorry. I don't know. Reno, do you watch a lot of pornographic video?
No.
Okay. Look how ready he is. Josh, do they have closed captioning on the porno videos?
They must. Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, is there like let me ask you this. Is there a special, you probably wouldn't, I wouldn't know this either. Is there a special channel or whatever you call it, a special place that you search for pornographic videos that have closed captioning?
I don't know.
I would think they would all be.
Or if those sites have like a button you can hit or whatever, and it'll come up.
So if you go to Pornhub or whatever it's called, Brazzers.
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 Yeah.
I was close.
Brazzers.
Do they have like Brazzers for the hearing impaired?
They must. Yeah.
Now, would the closed caption get in the way of the various genitalia?
They wouldn't.
That's actually a
all
good.
TVs have closed captioning. Captioning.
Where the hell are you from?
So it doesn't matter what you're playing on the TV; it would close caption it.
No, the closed captioning is that people have to type that stuff in.
No,
Tom.
But it's on all TVs for all channels.
Yeah, but if you're watching porn on your laptop, will it just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what he's asking.
I think so.
First of all, move it off your lap. You're missing half the fun. No, but when you watch a show, someone has watched it and typed in the dialogue.
Well, of course.
I know, Tom.
So you're saying someone has to sit there when they make pornos and type in
probably she moans, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Why are you so stunned by this?
What a crappy job that would be.
What do you? Maybe there are people that really enjoy it.
Sitting there all day and
maybe there's an automatic program they have for that now. It is 2022.
Have you ever watched Tim Wilson with the things on?
No.
It's just a bunch of like asterisk yogurt number 7. You know.
Okay.
I did an Uncle BS. If I could sneak it in here. Real quick.
Sure. A little tribute to the great Tim Wilson. Tim was famous
Is
for
that
his
all right?
character, Uncle BS. Absolutely. Give it a shot.
All right. When I watch the news, sometimes his voice is just in my head, and it just kind of, Uncle BS, where were you January the 6th, 2021? Well, let me think there. Washington, D.C., sitting at a bar in Applebee's, drinking shots with some Comic-Con reject dressed up like a Viking with a bear pelt around his neck. He's bitching about the cost of Yeagermeister. I told him, hey, buddy, I lost my wallet during a tour of the Capitol building this morning, and if you and your buddies can go find it, the shots are on me. 2 hours later, some bitch comes back to Applebee's with a podium and a Ben Franklin putter. I gave the podium to the greeter, hung the putter on the wall, and called it even. Now that, my friends, is a neighborhood bar and grill.
Tim would be proud. Thank you very much, Reno. Am I correct in saying, I'm looking at this roster over here, is there going to be a Reno Collier, a program with Josh?
There is, and I think Willie, too. Willie, aren't you coming on some?
Yeah, man. We're going to be there.
Yeah,
the 5th
on the
and 6th.
The 5th, we're in Columbus, Indiana, and the 6th, we're in Hobart, Indiana.
Oh,
and then we go to Richmond and Martinsville.
Oh.
All right. Well, it's
going to be a big program.
I look forward to seeing the big fellow Reno. Now, Reno, are you a UFO believer?
Yes, I saw one. And I don't care what anybody says. When I was in college and I wasn't on anything, we were driving down 29 in Virginia, and there was a huge green glowing thing over this farm by Charlottesville, Virginia. My buddy pulled the car over. We looked at it and gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it like zip up or away?
It was kind of diagonally up, and it was so fast. It was like, and dude, I never want to tell anybody because they think I'm nuts, but I'm at the age now. I don't care. Yeah. I saw it.
Wow.
And my friends saw it, and it wigged us out. It was right over by UVA. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, we got 2 stories that actually apply to that. We've got the pink glow story. Did you see this, Kristen?
Residents in Mildura, Australia are saying they witnessed an eerie pink glow over their town. Speculation ran rampant. Why was the whole town being seen as glowing from a distance? The answer? Marijuana.
Oh.
Local cannabis grower Peter Kroc told ABC News his medical cannabis facility was the source of that pink glow. He explained, quote, cannabis grows on an extended day length. We have had the grow lights on.
Oh.
Kroc said that while they typically closed the facility's blackout blinds, the lights were on before the blinds had been closed that night, which led to the mysterious pink glow.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't the local residents on marijuana.
No. No.
Hey, man, you seeing this too, man? Dave's not here, man. Why? How come you hearing reggae music, man?
or Nick Drake. A pink,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
It's the Smoke Morris Borealis, man.
Smoke
Yeah.
This guy's pink, man. You see, Smoke Morris.
NASA in the news. Their Perseverance rover has captured image of what appears to be a bundle of string on the surface of Mars.
That's where I left that. Son of a gun.
According to CNN, the rover's front left hazard avoidance camera took a photo of the spaghetti-like object earlier this month. A project spokesperson said the string could have been from the rover or its descent stage, a component similar to a rocket-powered jetpack used to safely lower the rover to the planet's surface. But when the rover revisited the site 4 days later, it was gone.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Martians.
It just looks like a bunch of string.
Martian kitties.
Strange. The fact that it was gone is a little creepy.
Yeah.
Must have been a good breeze. But I mean, can you imagine if that's how the Martians, that's how they reveal themselves? It's string.
You think Martians are string?
Who knows?
That's how they reveal.
You don't want to pull on it.
Like a Mars worm?
Oh, my God.
So that ball of string.
It's not a ball of string. It looks like spaghetti kind of.
So that spaghetti-looking of string could be the mayor of Mars.
Could be. Or maybe Martians are giant space tampons.
Oh,
you
my
pull on it.
Lord.
Have you considered that?
I haven't, but I will now. So the tampon is buried in the soil.
Yeah, and then you got
Could you call, what's his name, George Norrie?
Well, it is the red planet.
It certainly is.
Maybe some Martian dad took a Martian kid fishing and they left behind their pocket fisherman.
You get this tangled up again, I'm just going to cut it away.
They have that string theory thing going on in physics. This could be the answer. It's pretty creepy looking, but I mean, it has to be from obviously.
No, it's creepy that it was gone. That's the creepy.
Well, it's pretty windy on Mars, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's windy.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
And isn't a Mars day like 24 hours and 19 minutes or something?
Just slightly different?
Yeah, just slightly.
Just enough to be annoying?
Yeah.
Right. But apparently enough to grow your marijuana. Remember the guy said they got a longer day when they grow their pot?
Yeah, they have to do it extended length.
Have to throw on their very, very nice grow lights.
I live near a place that does agricultural science, and they have grow lights that are purple. It's pretty awesome. It glows purple around my neck of the woods. Yeah.
Do they warn people?
I think people know about it. I mean, it's a big greenhouse-like looking thing.
Oh, hey, Harvey.
There's Prince music coming out.
Be sure.
There's a purple building over there, man.
Be sure and say man.
Purple haze.
Don't forget man.
Once again, Reno Collier. This. I didn't get the whole roster here, so it's Reno and Willie and Josh together.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Just around the corner.
It's gonna be fun, man.
That'll be great. Now, do you have another date booked at the Grand Ole Opry?
Not yet. We're waiting.
Cool.
We're waiting. Yeah. It'll be a couple months. There's normally a break in it, but
I would think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
Okay, I have another question.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
On the TV, there's that SAP button.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I'm talking about? Puts everything into Spanish. Do they have that for porno?
God, Tom.
I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe. Yeah, you can probably translate it.
You know, usted bringo el pizza?
Yeah.
That is perfect
They
Spanish.
probably speak better Spanish than that.
And how nice it is.
Hey, man.
At least you went with the formal
Instead, with the pizza driver. It's a generous use of the language there.
Donde es la pluma?
¿Quién es el bonero?
Pizza always goes with porno to you?
What's Spanish for stepdad? I don't know. I got to look that one up.
You know, it's not that you're going to get brought down. It's you're taking us with you.
I think it's a legitimate question.
That's the problem.
I would virtually guarantee in the world we live in, there's a there's something on the internet for everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course.
There has to be a pornographic channel that has everything in closed captions.
Evidently,
Sure. I would hope so. I want it to be
all
accessible.
of it is closed captioned.
Yes.
Tom, everything is closed captioned.
There's a program on your iPhone. You hit it, and it will add captions to your videos.
Everything.
It has to be kind of a challenge to do it for porno. Does the thing come on going, bad music playing?
Probably.
Okay, there
I'm
we go.
sure it says music playing.
Grunting.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know the one thing they don't have.
Fap.
One thing they don't translate. You ever watched a porno movie where a woman says no?
Yeah, you love this bit, and I don't think you're totally aware of the implications.
Right.
Yeah. There probably are those videos, but I don't think you should talk about them on the air.
Larger discussion about consent.
No,
No, of course not. Why would anybody think of that?
Save me, Reno. Don't just sit there, let me suffer.
I you're dragging Reno into it.
So, Reno, have you...
Say
once
no,
again,
and
we're
then
looking,
he'd force her. Yeah.
we're looking at Reno on the big
gosh.
screen. Reno on the big screen. And behind you, once again, you have your sort of tribute to Juan Miro, I believe it is. The kind of the art piece. And that's one that your wife picked out?
Yeah, it is. It's I got to stay down here. My dog, if I go upstairs, he just really needs attention, and he tears up my stuff. So we sit down here in the dining room. The floor's cool. He just lays there, and then I expose this beautiful piece of art that just to let everybody see the mush ball of paint that. It was expensive, too, which is the most irritating thing.
Really?
I know you said it looks like it was out of a Holiday Inn or whatever. It wasn't. Like, somebody did this for real. Like an original.
And who bought it?
My wife, dude. Are you kidding me? I don't even know where they sell this stuff.
Usually a gas station.
Pilot truck stop.
Okay. Well, Reno, we'll look forward to seeing you just around the corner, okay?
Yeah, can't wait. Have a great week, everybody.
You too, Reno. See you.
See you, big dog.
Thank you. I enjoyed his tribute to Uncle T.S.
You know when you say, here's a message, it's dictated, not proofread?
Yeah.
What do you think that is there, Sparky? You think that's the phone interpreting your speaking and making it closed captioned so somebody else can read it? Or a guy is sitting somewhere at the iPhone headquarters copying down everything you're saying.
Wait a second, Tom's leaving a message. Okay. I'm just asking if anyone knows about...
We've already told you. It's...
Okay, all right. Just I'm curious. There we go. Right now, I want to remind you that perhaps after this exercise in...
frivolity?
Education, you're interested in going home and shutting the doors and just being safe in your little home. Who doesn't want to do that? Well, that's the beauty of Simply Safe. You'll feel fully protected. You're in your cocoon.
Well, you'll feel peace of mind, Tom, and you can't put a price on that. Comprehensive protection not only against intruders and burglary, but against expensive home hazards from flooding to fires. 24/7 professional monitoring. Simply Safe's agents take action the moment a threat is detected. They use proprietary video verification technology. Monitoring agents visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch. And monitoring plans, about $1 a day, no long-term contract or hidden fees. And you can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes online at simplysafetom.com, and then you do it yourself. You install the system yourself. Go today to simplysafetom.com and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
What?
June 27th, 2018. Headline, Pornhub introducing closed captioning for their porn.
All right.
So it's out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, well done, Tom.
I had no idea. I mean,
Good job.
It's like probably like that guy in Mad Magazine that had to put, poomph. Remember, the old Martin. You'd have all the odd phrases.
Yeah, the Don Martin stuff.
Don Martin words.
No, the old Martin.
The Don Martin, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Zoink.
Yeah, that kind of.
A bunch of those words are spooge.
Oh, yeah, wouldn't it be funny to put those in a porno? What's going on now? Zoink. Uh-oh. Swoosh. When we come back, we'll elaborate on...
No, we're going to talk history. We're not going to talk about porn anymore.
You sure?
Yes.
What's the matter? Getting on?
Yeah, that's it.
Getting all hot and bothered over there?
Pornos
Or just bothered?
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Boy, this week in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky sure has a lot of dummies in town. It's the annual ventriloquist convention.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. I'm sorry? What did you say?
From the ventriloquism convention?
Yeah. And I'm not moving on this.
I can tell.
We can tell.
I can tell your lips are pretty still there. Jerry, what's the name of your partner?
Timmy.
Timmy?
It's Julie.
Can Timmy? Can Timmy speak into the phone? Hand in the phone.
You're going to drink some water.
Drink some water while talking to us. Okay, great.
Go ahead.
I'll just call you back.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Boom. Hey, Mark Allison with you on a Monday. It's the 25th of July. Greg Warren, Reno Collier, and you today. And we learn a lot during the course of the show. We'll be back in a moment with Chick McGee to find out what it was we learned on this Monday. We learned a lot. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom News Update. President Joe Biden continues to improve despite a lingering sore throat from his coronavirus infection. As Dr. Kevin O'Connor writes, the president is responding to therapy as expected. Biden's been taking an antiviral drug that helps reduce the chance of severe illness. Although he still has a sore throat, his other symptoms, including a cough, runny nose, and body ache, have diminished considerably. You'll recall Biden tested positive for the coronavirus on Thursday morning. As the United States remains in summer sweltering grip, those with the resources, time, and desire have been fleeing to pools, beaches, and higher elevations to escape the heat. From the Pacific Northwest to the Southern Great Plains to the I-95 corridor, more than 85 million Americans are under excessive heat warnings or advisory. The National Weather Service has warned of extremely oppressive conditions from Washington to Boston, and forecasters urge you to wear light clothing, drink lots of water, and limit your time outside. And the average U.S. price of regular-made gas has plunged 32 cents over the past 2 weeks to $4.54 per gallon. Gas industry analyst Trilby Lundberg of the Lundberg Survey says the continued decline comes as crude oil costs also fall. The average price at the pump is down 55 cents over the past 6 weeks, but still $1.32 higher than it was 1 year ago. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
At Nike, we know that to get a job done, you need the right shoe. Michael Jordan doesn't step on the court without his Nike Air Jordans. And Jose Impalero doesn't step into the streets of Pamplona without his Air Toro. Air Toro. Once you strap on these bright red steer hide zapatos, you'll be ready to run for your life.
Yes, hello, this is Jose Impalero. You know, when I put on my Air Toros, I feel like I can... Oh no. Oh, mi Dios. Oh, no, no, Toro, el Toro.
Air Toros. People would walk over you to get this shoe. Air Toros. Hemingway may have worn khakis, but he never got to wear Air Toros. Plenty of other famous people love their Air Toros. People like Gore Vidal, Bruce Hornsby, Red Skelton, and the Chicago Bulls. So, hoof it on over to your favorite shoe store, Air Toros.
No, Toro, el Toro.
Air Toros. Just do it.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Well, internet porn.
Well, there's
Photography.
You know, people don't go, photography. People don't go to porn shops anymore.
No?
You know, because of the internet.
Oh, that's true.
But I think you missed out on the social aspect.
Is there a social aspect to that?
Yeah, well, you avoid eye contact. Try to hide your titles. Tranny. Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening.
Relax. Get out there. I'm bossing you around. Be quiet.
Bunch of dumbasses. Hey, there's Christy Lee at the news. What do you got
Stop
to
your
say?
gripe and go see a show.
What do you got to say? Shut up. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi, chick.
Shut up. There's Ace Cosby.
Heidi-ho.
How you doing, man?
Good.
There's Willie Griswold.
How many times I got to tell you, go see a show, dang it.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Mr. Fun, they call him.
Sorry.
Tom Griswold.
Sometimes people need to be bossed around. Sometimes they like it. We have...
How would you know? You've never been in that situation.
Let's see now. What do we have
You've always
going
been.
on?
Be quiet. He'll be home any minute.
Christy Lee is at the news desk. Have we gotten everything in?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
I'm
then,
done.
Then let's
Checked
get some
out.
history in
I'm
there.
looking at dog videos.
What day is today?
July 25th.
Oh, I like this one. This is good.
July 25th.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm watching a turtle eat a strawberry, and let me tell you something. It's hilarious.
Do you have the turtle and the chihuahua that are buddies?
I love those videos. Unlike the animal friends,
Aren't they the
lot
best?
of fun. Yeah.
You know, Tom's sighing, but let me show you this turtle eating a strawberry. It is really something. There it is. Look at that.
Look at how big the strawberry is.
The strawberry's giant. This is a little baby turtle. And let me eat that.
Christy, I know one. It's like a parakeet rides on a bulldog and he's playing guitar in Mad Max. It's the best.
That's amazing.
Time for Today in History. Here's a good one for you. Wow. I think, let's see now. Who should I put the quiz on here? How about Ace? Born in 1914. Woody Strode.
Woody Strode?
1914?
You know who
Yeah,
he is?
that's about right. He won, didn't he win Olympics or something? Is that right? Am I getting
He was a
that
great
right?
athlete.
Yeah.
Posed naked for a famous Olympic painting that upset Hitler.
Oh, my God.
He great African American. He played in the NFL.
I think he was in...
Great African American.
Why'd you ask me?
Because I thought you'd know.
I saw his mind work. There was no relation. It had nothing to
I
do
think it was Once Upon a Time in the West or something. I think
He was in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Or Valance.
Yeah.
No, Valance is the scientific name for it. Spartacus. And I think, I'm not sure about this last part. I think that Woody, as in Buzz and Woody, I think was named as a tribute to Woody Strode.
I don't know.
I think so. I'll have to dig on it.
Woody. The cowboy toy, named after the great African-American Olympian.
Was a tip of the hat.
Woody Strode.
He was in a bunch of Westerns. I think he was.
A tip of the hat, you said?
Okay, sorry.
Who should we get? Let's get Tom Hanks. That's the guy that's going to honor this guy.
Great American. Let's see. Happy birthday to Walter Payton.
The refrigerator?
Peyton Manning's brother.
Not the refrigerator.
Oh, they were on the same team.
Let's see. Matt LeBlanc.
Look, all right, I'm sorry. Christy, I don't care about animal videos. You have to stop showing me these.
Did you
like
get
telling
a
me
good
your
look?
dream. It's the worst.
Get a look at this turtle eating a strawberry.
Matt LeBlanc's birthday today, huh?
I don't know why you're
How
not
you doing?
I don't know why you're not appreciating this more. It's amazing.
We have also, on this date in 1965, famously, Bob Dylan booed at the Newport Folk Festival for performing with an electric guitar. This is the same festival where over the weekend they
had the bikes.
Had stationary bikes that were allegedly powering part of the stage. Once again, a gag, I think, lifted from the electric Amish. It was on this date in 1919 that Roseanne Barr famously 1990, excuse me, annihilated the national anthem at the Cincinnati Reds San Diego Padres game.
Oh, boy.
That did not go over.
Nope.
No. And that's pretty much it.
Time now for Things We Learned, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Woody Strode.
6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores, over 17,000 Napa Auto Care Centers. Napa, the fuel that helps drivers like you get up and go. The dog, evidently at Christy's house, chewed a sandal over the weekend.
Yeah, chewed it up.
Not normally the puppy's meal of choice. It's normally a crotch out of your panties, right?
If that's what you want to believe, sure.
You told it. Tom might need an adult diaper for his next long road trip. Lots of coffee, evidently.
A lot of objections. Do you mind if we pull over here? We just went to the last one.
So how old is the mouth that objections are coming out of?
Well, I'm not going to put any numbers on it. I'm just saying that I like to stop.
I thought it was just you and your daughter going over.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes
She's
a lot
happy
more
to stop.
sense.
She's happy to stop.
Oh, boy.
And Tom, of course, when Tom goes out on the road, he always has these magnificent stories that he brings back to us. He saw a huge cross next to a large warehouse of pornos.
I'm totally serious.
We believe it.
One was a cross.
Yeah,
Willie,
giant
cross. And then one was adult cinema.
Well, they needed a giant cross if it's...
That's what they call equal time.
Right next door.
Yeah,
By the way, just parenthetically here, Woody is named after Woody Strode.
Oh, congratulations.
How about that?
A character known for his many roles in Western films.
Okay.
There you go. If you Google Woody from Toy Story, it'll tell you that. So,
okay, we believe you.
You're on Wikipedia. You probably edited that a minute ago.
Okay, fine. Happy
and
birthday.
Buzz Lightyear's named after
Buzz Aldrin.
Wavy Gravy.
Wavy Gravy,
the hippie, toothless man from Woodstock.
I must be in heaven, man.
Don't try the brown acid. Yeah, okay, thank you very much.
Ace's joke today bears repeating. If a snake marries an undertaker, what do the towels say? Hiss and hearse.
It's the first time that joke was told correctly.
Yeah, no T, it's not Hearst.
And I should have won the Ernest Hemingway lookalike contest again. Maybe next year. Willie and I will go down there and own that place.
Woo. All right. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.